Hello, everyone. Thank you for sticking with us. We had a bit of a driver update issue, but we've solved it now, and we are good to go. Hi. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Nuuli Forged. My name is Jared. I'm your humble dungeon master here. I've got it. Thank you for the Pikachus. Always happy to see that action out. Matt, who plays Spoot, will be joining us in a bit here. Yeah, we had a bit of a driver problem. I've got it, but everything's up to date and functioning now. They don't tell you when you update your OBS that hey, you might need to update drivers as well. So I had to figure out what my video driver was and how to update it. Oops. So, hey, whatever. It's all good. We're here now. That's the important thing.
That's all that matters.
Yeah. So, welcome to Nuuli Forged, everybody. Thank you for being here and bearing with us for our little hiccup. Matt will be along shortly. Yeah, that's what I know. Cool.
I think he comes in late to avoid answering the question.
Well, joke's on him tonight, because he'll probably come in with plenty of time to answer the question. So we are Nuuli Forged. We are a 5e Dungeons and Dragons actual play set in the homebrew world of Nuuli, which came out of my brain, and 5 of my good friends are generally brave enough to play in. So that's the story. I've got 3 of them here. Mike is on vacation, and Matt is en route. It's going to be great. I would love for you, my dear friends, to introduce yourself, your character, and I would like someone to roll me a d20 to see what roleplay question we're going to answer. I have a new list, so it's going to be fun and exciting.
I did it last week.
Natural 20. Does that mean we don't get a question?
Oh, natural 20. That means, on a natural 20, Tanner, you can pick a number between 1 and 30.
I don't like this.
You win.
He's gonna roll again.
You're gonna roll a d20 and a 10.
That's a d12. Yeah, no, I don't like making decisions. I think
What is this? Physical dice?
Oh,
yeah,
Nice.
crazy.
the best dice.
Right?
You're not
So
wrong.
many dice. Don't roll them nearly often enough.
You are not wrong. It's true.
I
There's
don't,
a
I
quality
don't get
to the
roll them
physical
anymore.
dice.
So
I
Yeah,
understand.
my dice tray is like full of other random crap that used to be on my desk.
yeah, I just had to move my whiskey glass out of my dice tray.
The ultimate challenge.
That is a 12.
All right. Well, then, everyone, I would like you to introduce yourself, your character, and answer the question. If your character had to pick one popular saying to embody their philosophy toward life, what would it be?
Oh, good.
So what motto or philosophy of life does your character live by?
I would like to spend a sorcery point and reroll.
Yep. Nope,
Tanner doesn't have sorcery points, though.
Nor does he have charisma.
I wouldn't say that. Tanner, why don't you start us off? Go for it.
Oh, fuck.
You said, I thought you had an answer.
No.
The answer was a lie.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Tanner. I'm playing Nereus, the Azamar Sorcerer. Motto on life. I don't know. At this point, it's only cheating if you get caught.
I mean, yeah, you're not wrong.
All these competitions.
There you
And
go.
the cheating with spells using all the subtle spell.
Yeah. Ooh, all right. Sorry.
It's only cheating if you're not caught.
It's,
What a
it's
life.
only cheating if you're not caught. What a
Sounds
way
like
to
an
live.
answer a rogue would normally give.
I know, but hey, sorcerer's got a sourcel. Very cool. All right, let's move on up to Sarah.
Oh, crap. It's me. My name is Sarah, and I play Olive, the half-orc moon druid. And at this point in their trip, Olive, I think, might be embracing the Akuna Matata. Like, hey, as long as everyone's still alive, it'll all be fine.
I dig that. I dig that.
It's been a couple days since anyone was bleeding out in front of her, so, you know.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Very cool.
We're standing like what, 20 feet away from Bodo, so you might
Yeah.
want to
He's around. He's around.
not jinx that one.
Yeah.
She might develop worries, but right now she doesn't have any.
There you go.
Yeah. Well, that brings us up to Amber.
That's me. I am Amber. I play Greg, the Goblin Artificer. YOLO. Live hard, live fast, live great and fabulous. Get
I love
famous.
Yeah.
Boom.
Get famous, take money. I love it.
Shake and bake.
Shake and bake.
Not quite.
The
Not
shake
quite.
and bake motto.
YOLO.
YOLO. Very cool. Well, and that brings us to me. I'm Jared. I play everyone and everything else that is not these characters. Woo!
Yay.
Multiple personalities embodied.
I mean, they got to do something. They may as well play D&D, so, you know. It's all
Right.
good.
Apple cider vinegar and dish soap, Sarah.
Yeah, I know. We had it in the kitchen, but I'm 3 rooms away from there, and I don't know why they're here.
Mm,
Fruit flies. I get it now.
yep.
Fruit fly.
Fruit flies are a bitch. I had a whole, like, I was at work today, and there were multiple flies in my area for a reason unbeknownst to myself. I do not know why they were flying around, but they were landing on my leg and very annoying.
One of my old roommates used to cut papayas and leave cut uncovered papayas on my counter, and then be like, "Where are all
Ooh.
these fruit flies coming from?" I was like,
Where do you think the fruit?
Uh-huh.
I wonder.
On tonight's episode of Newly Forged, learn about fruit
Fruit
flies.
flies.
We're going to talk about pests and infestations.
I
It's
guess
an,
Oh, I have that. I think I have that.
it's an olive-centric episode. Um,
Right. Lots of conversation with flies.
what do you do when
all
there's
the
a swarm of
conversation,
fruit flies? I cast fireball.
right? Right. Oh. Oh, that.
I would like to speak with the fruit flies.
Well,
I
of
don't
course
even
you would.
care. Like, dead as a nit.
Do it.
All right, cool. Well, then let's dive into last time on Newly Forged. Ooh, this driver thing has me all out of whack. I'm so like, tempted about it.
Matt had better hurry up. He's going to miss his pie eating.
Oof, I've got it. Shares a very sad retail job story where someone left a partially eaten McFlurry behind a shelf. Ooh, dairy and gross. That's just terrifying.
But yeah, like how long? Ugh.
Yeah, very much. All right, well, last time on Newly Forged, our companions spoke about their revelations on the ancient goblin tome kept within the Museum of Historical Failures, and how they might go about acquiring it for Nereus. But soon they were distracted by quite a hubbub in town, as it appeared that the following day, according to notices on boards, would be the Daylight Festival, a day of clear weather and celebration sponsored by the warlord Valruga for the people. It includes games, competitions, dancing, food, all the fun stuff. And the winners of certain competitions will obtain a coveted dinner invitation to the warlord's own home of Gripkeep. While considering which events they might enter, Nereus pondered the strange, rainy weather that he feels surrounding this island nation, and in doing so was able to make a connection that he had never made before. to a figure whom identified itself as Chalk and claimed to be Nereus's father. Nereus was reassured that, don't worry, rain can't hurt you, and the connection was severed. Spoot, meanwhile, learned that the vile shield of insults he carried was much more than what it seemed. It attacked his mind when he attempted to break the attunement to the wretched item, but he persevered and was successful, much to the anger of the shield. The next day, the party awoke and noticed Bodo, a longtime enemy, with a retinue of guards, performing small tricks for local children. Grieg had to be held back and was not, as now was not the time to start any trouble. The group made their way to the first event, the Fleet of Foot Race. Would-be competitors were asked to remove their magical items, but when Grieg refused, they were disqualified. Nereus gave up his magical items, but his inherent abilities caused some concern amongst other racers, and so he was forced to compete while wearing a granite ring that nullified his magics for the competition. And yet, despite being unable to cheat as he would have preferred, Nereus persevered and won the foot race. Now the party is off to get Spoot entered into the next big competition, the Quayfish pie-eating contest. So we zoom back in to the brightly lit sunny lands of Barteria, a rare occurrence, apparently, by all things considered. And in this realm of craziness, there is an active crowd, and you are all free to do whatever you want. Spoot's got about an hour before he needs to be at the pie-eating contest.
Hint, hint, nudge, nudge, Matt.
Wherever you are in the ether.
No. Canonically, there was an hour in between the end of the foot race and the start of the thing.
No, but also.
Matt, no. It's all good.
No one else is eating fish pie.
Yeah. There is quite the crowd of people around. Looking around, you notice that like most people are of Orcish descent or human descent around you. There is that group of Dragonborn that kind of stand out just because they're the only group of like 6 or 7 Dragonborn. And then there's there's not many halflings around, so Bodo also kind of sticks out. As do his guards, who are not wearing the same style of chainmail and tabard that the Fangs are, but they are wearing more like plate mail that has been shined up to look presentable, and are wearing purple slashes or sashes kind of over the plate mail, with kind of red edging, like red piping on the sash.
Cute.
Sash. I almost said slash, and I was like, well, it kind of looks like a slash, but it's a sash.
Sachet. Okay, but seriously, guys, if Bodo's here, do we actually want him to see us? Should we be doing these competitions? I mean, I know he doesn't know Nereus, but isn't that if Bodo knows and is in with the warlord, are we going to be in trouble? What are we doing?
I don't know. I thought we were competing because we need to get in.
I thought the point was to get the attention of the warlord.
I mean,
Right.
yes, but if the warlord's already friends with Bodo, isn't this like the same thing we had to deal with in the city? Do we really want to do that again? You weren't there.
I mean,
we had to
is
do
he
the
going to
thing.
start a fight in the middle of everything?
Maybe.
Yes.
That sounds fun.
Okay, but
He fireballed a crowded city street the last time we saw him, so...
yeah, and we had to like sit in house arrest and like get in trouble, and no offense, Nereus, except that you're not like, I mean, we don't have. I mean, the one that talked the most. Anyway, it's fine. We're not gonna.
Well, I mean, if he's a spellcaster, I can do decently against them.
Sure.
Oh,
I'm
wait,
not worried about the
accent,
fight. I'm worried
wrong
about the talking part.
We don't have to talk to him. Do we have anything to say to him that we haven't already said?
No. Like the city part. We had city problems,
Oh.
government problems.
And as a reminder, you also saw him at Fluxus's establishment where he stole a certain ring from Fluxus
Yeah.
within the glimmering void.
I mean, I do like to think that I can do a fair amount of talking and get us in or out of things.
We want
yeah,
that
we
ring
had to
back
have
too.
like proof and stuff last time. It was a thing. It was a whole thing.
But that was, a city we cared more about coming back to.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, if he attacks us, I'm sure all of you can corroborate enough story as to why there might be some bad blood.
I mean, we're also here illegally, so I mean...
Right.
I
do we
wouldn't say
want
that
him
out
to
loud.
tell? Like I'm just, if there is a power thing, do we really want to be seen in public by him
What are our other choices?
picked up by a guy? I don't know. Just saying, this is not my wheelhouse. If we were just meeting on the road, it'd be fine, because then we'd kill him. But
Can I read this invitation? God,
Yeah, what invitation are you reading?
the one I won.
Oh, yeah. You open it up, and you see that it is an invitation to, or less of an invitation, more of a certificate that reads, as the winner of the Fleet of Foot race, Nereus, your name has been filled in, is hereby awarded invitation to dinner and welcomed by the warlord Valruga. It bears this very militaristic scrawl that you assume to be the signature of the warlord, and an official stamp by someone official, like a wax seal at the bottom.
Okay. Does it say anything about a +1 on there?
It does not, but you could ask around. You did a little bit of asking around about this previously, but you could ask around, like other people might know.
Sure. Be back. I'm gonna do some investigations.
some what?
And
Mhm.
Nereus is just gonna turn on his heel and walk towards kind of the people that look like they're running the games, or if possible, the person that awarded him.
Yeah, that is kind of thinner orc woman. She's there.
Yeah. I'd like to go up. Excuse me, miss?
Oh, yes, Nereus, congratulations on your win. It is very well done. You beat out old Hob, and that's quite impressive. He's been running this race for years.
Yeah, been doing a bit amount of running myself lately. But I have a question.
Of course.
As for this invite, do people get to bring somebody with them, like a +1 or more?
No, nobody's ever granted a +1. I mean, the warlord's hospitality is well earned and well deserved, but he's got limits.
I just
However,
sure if, significant other or such.
no, not to my knowledge. However, in the past, there have been people who have given away. People can compete in multiple events. So sometimes people will compete in as many as they feel comfortable in order to bring their friends along by giving them the invitations that they win in other events.
Right. Okay. I just wasn't sure if there was a spouse or something that someone could bring them to the dinner.
No. Sometimes spouses compete in many events in the hopes that they will both win, or at least one will win twice. It's.
Right. No,
But
I understand. I just
the only
was
thing that's
very-
really discouraged is like selling off an invitation. That is not so much of a look. That is not looked favorably upon by the warlord or most people anyway. But one person tried once and was sort of shunned for a while.
Right. No, I understand. I was just curious as to the limits of the invitation. If it was like invitation for a pair, or
Oh, I
just
understand.
that.
Yes.
I
No,
appreciate it.
of course. Yes. Sorry. If you have someone special you would like to bring, you or and they can attempt to win another invitation.
Right. Question. The
Yes.
animal wrangling contest.
Mhm.
What are the limits as to what is allowed?
Well, you have to successfully wrangle. Some people do it with whistles or pipes, so tools and implements are allowed. Some people have well-trained dogs that they use. So there are no real rules beyond that it must be you alone doing it. Dogs or other herding creatures are allowed because you have, in theory, trained them to do the job with
Right.
you, so that's okay.
So, if one possesses certain abilities, those are not going to be disqualified.
Could you be more specific?
Magic?
Oh, yes, magic is acceptable.
Okay.
In that because it is something you could use to quell an angry herd or some such thing, so there is no problem with that. The reason that the melee and the foot race are not allowed to have magical enhancements is really quite simple. It's about your physical endurance and body, and the warlord feels that magic, while useful in enhancing those things, is not your true physicality, if that makes sense. So it is the whole point of the festival is to, or the competitions that the warlord has prescribed to invitations for, is to reward those who are strong in body, strong in mind, strong in empathy, strong in endurance, and strong in the best way, strong in charm, I suppose.
Fair. No, yeah, I understand. I am not one for melee combat myself.
I stay out of it as well. I used to run the race, but now I just officiate it. I did win once, about 5 years ago.
Oh, nice. Yeah, there was a bit winded afterwards, but
Oh yes,
No, it's
we
a
try
good-
to change it
great.
up and make it interesting every year, so nobody quite knows what the obstacle course is going to be.
That's a good strategy. But I have to get back to my friends to prepare for the next competition. So,
Of course.
thank you for the information, and see you around.
Of course. Congratulations again on your win.
Thank you.
Aha, and
Turn the
now he appears. Here we go. We've got Spoot. Oh, we've got Spoot's visual, but not his microphone.
Looks like that wink, wink, nudge, nudge worked.
Indeed.
Indeed.
Nope.
Step 1 is it
So
plugged in.
Nereus
Step
is
2
gonna
is
go
it
back
turned
to the
on.
party. Looks like it's one person per invitation.
Well, I guess Bodo's gonna recognize us? I don't know, man.
I think it's fine.
Looks like
I mean,
you all are gonna have to win a Matt, you're muted. Looks like, nope. You're all gonna have to
Win
win
our
your
own spots.
competitions, or else I'm going to dinner by myself, and that's not a cute look.
no, I don't think I trust you. No offense.
Trust me to do what?
Oh, maybe now.
Hey,
Yeah.
there's Matt.
Yay.
No.
Matt, we welcome back. We have Spoot, everybody.
Hello, sorry.
No, you're good. So quick question, is there a motto that Spoot would live by? A philosophy of life?
Like YOLO.
Gosh, that's a good question. I feel like definitely yes. Can I think of one off the top of my head? Let's find out. Just keep going down the road, no matter where it takes you.
Nice, I like it. In the meantime, Nereus has just gone back to ask questions about if the invites include a +1 or not, and he is sharing that information with the group.
It includes a +5.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Exactly. Well, it includes a +1 plus construct. Or no, +4 plus construct.
But only if they're of challenge rating 1/8 or below.
Right.
And exclusively says no turtles.
No
Oh,
pets.
no pets.
Sorry.
That's okay. I'll go back to the docks.
And no
Oh.
children. Sorry, Greg.
What?
Nereus discovered that while the invitations are only good for one, if people compete in multiple events, they could potentially win multiple invitations and then give them to other people.
Share them.
Oh.
And I think that means that Nereus should compete in all the things, try to win them all. Because then it'll be a surprise Bodo, and we don't have to worry that Bodo is going to badmouth us to the government again.
Oh. So I shouldn't enter the pie eating competition.
I mean, I don't know. This is just what I'm worried about, because all that government talky stuff is all the stuff that you know who did, and we sort of didn't.
Make a good point.
I think we can worry about that when it's a problem.
I mean, that is a good concern. I would be lying if I said I wasn't a little disappointed not to eat some pies, but...
I mean, I don't know. All I know is that talky part with the government stuff is not me.
Probably shouldn't be me either, if we're being honest.
Everyone go ahead and make a perception check real quick.
Bodo's right behind us all along. 14.
16.
Very cool.
There it is.
What you get?
I don't know, my computer's struggling real hard right now.
Oh, I'm sorry. I understand the frustration.
If only you had some physical dice you could roll.
I don't think Jared would let me.
23.
It's a 2.
Ooh. Nice. Oh, Spoot, yours didn't push, but I do see it in the chat.
Yeah,
log.
and beyond, okay. 23.
Yeah. All right. Looking around, none of you see Bodo anywhere close by or his guards. But Spoot, with a 23, you look around and you don't see any sign of him, but you hear people talking about how this one woman talking about how good he was with her child, like her son. And he did these really nice things, and they were chatting after while he amused her kid. And he said that he's interested in the foot race and the poetry contest and the melee, but not necessarily the animal shenanigans or the pie eating. He says he's not a big fan of fish, so he's not.
There you go.
He's apparently not going to be in attendance at the fish rally or the fish contest.
That's his loss.
Or the animal one. At least according to her, in her expert opinion as a close personal friend of Mr. Bodo Proudbody himself.
Well,
Oh my God,
Yeah.
I have an
See, I'm not
image
so
of
sure our
this
problem is so much the government as the fact that everybody else likes him.
I know. Everybody always likes that guy. I hate him. I hate him.
he's got a little help this time.
Ugh.
I mean, it is also a thing where he does have a good reputation in town, so he might not start anything because he has a good reputation in town.
Yeah, Greg doesn't think like that. Greg just knows what happened last time and remembers.
That's fair.
That's insight. That's not me.
That's not correct.
I will obviously pass on the gossip.
Yeah, the hot gas.
All right, see you pie you want.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
That's fine. I'm just saying the talkie government stuff. Ugh.
I mean, does that maybe we should lay low on the other competitions and enter Nereus? If you feel up to it, of course.
I am not eating pie. Fish pie.
No, you don't need to do
the others.
poetry and melee.
Poetry, melee, yeah. Your other two favorite things.
Melee. Have you seen me?
Yeah, he would suck at that more than me.
I mean,
Right.
we can't stop Defect. Could we?
Defect has gone back to the inn and been practicing writing poetry.
Okay, so
Yeah,
he's
Defect's
definitely
been
doing
writing poetry all day.
Maybe he can enter with a pseudonym. Is that what they call it?
There you go.
No, I'm definitely not Defect. I'm that other 7 foot tall
He's got the
automaton.
disguise hat, actually. We
Oh,
should
yeah,
have a
he could be
disguise.
He does have the hat of disguise, so
Right.
Could be not Ada.
Not Adis.
Not Adis. Strikes again.
You know who.
Okay, I think that's a pretty solid plan then. No?
Great. Yeah. Let's do it.
cool.
Or am I missing?
You hear at this moment like 20 minutes to the pie eating contest. Anyone interested? Get yourself over to the pie eating contest area by the docks. 20 minutes. You hear like a crier kind of moving through town.
All right.
Olive gives Spoon a shove.
We're rolling
He
out.
doesn't need a shove. He's already rolling.
Right? Greg is watching, listening, nervousing. Freaking Bodo.
Sure. What's your passive perception?
Oh, it's terrible. 10.
Okay, good to know. Good to know.
Yeah.
So as you are moving right along, you all kind of head over that way towards the docks. Spoot, you can sign up. It appears that you have there are 5 other competitors who are like signing up. You see a very small, skinny, like rail thin little orcish child. You see a large, rotund human man. You see a very brilliantly red-scaled, kind of hardy-looking dragonborn who's like chatting it up with anyone who's around him. He seems very chatty. You see a muscular half-orc woman. And the last dude who's just signing up now is a orc who is like just muscle on muscle on muscle. Like he looks like one of those like ripped competitive eaters.
That little orcish child is going to show us all up, I have a feeling.
Yeah.
Show us. She's gonna show you.
I mean, me and the rest of these fools.
Oh.
Who can say? Who can say? But yeah, you can easily sign right up. And you see the little old woman behind going, very good. It is nice to have 6 competitors this year. This will be very interesting. And I don't think we've had one such as yourself before.
Maybe.
I don't think I've ever done a pie eating contest.
Well, good luck to you. The pies are well made here. They will be very good. There are many strategies. Some people drink it in water. Some people just down it and use just the gravy. It is all what you want to do. Some people take small bites. Some people take big bites. Quick chews. There's many different theories behind the competitive eating, but I'm sure you will do very well. You seem like you enjoy a hearty meal. You're very large and tall.
I do need lots of calories.
I don't know
Most
what that
days.
is, but congratulations. So you sign up and you go up on this, you're shown up onto this little stage, and a crowd has started to gather. And you hear the caller come by. 5 minutes! 5 minutes to the pie eating contest. It will be very interesting. We have 6 competitors this year, and there are crowds. Woo! So yeah, it's going on.
Dude, shot in the dark. Nor and I presume Spoot have any knowledge of strategies for eating contests, but could I try to see if Spoot has ever heard anything about it?
Yeah,
You
sure.
read a book.
I know. Did I get lucky and read a book about?
You were traveling through some town and watched one.
Go
Right.
ahead. Just
Right.
make a straight up. Just roll a straight d20 for me.
Ooh, okay, old school.
Yeah. Roll a straight d20.
6.
No, you've never even heard of competitive eating before, but it sounds interesting.
That's pretty much where I thought I would be, so that's okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, cool. So you are shown up to the last spot on the table. There's the other 5 next to you. The buffed, like jacked orc dude is sitting next to you, and like you're a tall fella. This guy is like a good 3 inches taller than you, even sitting down. And he kind of like he's wearing like one of those shirts that's like not really a shirt. It's more just like the idea of a shirt. Like it's
Where he got the sleeves off and he just kept going all the way down.
Yeah, like the sleeves are torn off, showing his rippling biceps and deltoids. There's like an aesthetic like tear like right at the nape of his neck on his jerkin. It's very much like this. And he,
Is it just of string tied together in macrame?
yeah, and it's like made out of like crocodile hide or something. And he's wearing a hat too, like a hide hat that's got like teeth or claws or something around the armband. And he leans over to you and says, good day. What's your name?
Hello,
Hello.
my name is Spoot. What is your name?
Dondi. That's my
Dondi.
name, yeah.
Where are you from, Dondi, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm from another island of Bartaria.
Oh. I don't know if I know where that is. Is it south of here?
That's where we are.
We're in Bartaria right now.
Oh.
Although my island's actually off to the northeast there, yeah.
Boot's just that hungry.
Right.
I don't know where that is. I was Shanghai.
Oh, it's all right. It's a town called Down Under.
I hate it.
Big cliff over the top. So the town's down under the cliff.
Oh. Oh, I see. Oh.
Yeah,
That must be nice. Oh.
it's a really nice place. Not gonna lie. Oh no. There seems to be an issue here. We've lost Discord. Just a moment, everybody.
Right.
Whew, hello everyone. Sorry about that. Apparently Discord just went crazy and we lost all kinds of connection. Sorry about that. Wow, we were having too much fun, as Wanderabout says. Thanks, I Wander, for sticking with us. We are having a technology night, let me tell you.
It's a doggy.
It is a doggo. Hello,
It's
doggo.
my fault. I'm sorry. Oh, hello.
Oh, hello, puppers.
The tech gods are just angry at Nuuli Forged tonight. Because
We will appease them.
There's no god of technology. Apparently I should put one in. That's the only way to fix it.
Ah.
Oh, there you go.
Tease them with the dog.
Oh, god of technology, take this dog offering
Look at this fluffer and be pleased.
and grant us internet privileges.
Yes.
Um,
Please update our access. Give us admin privilege.
Yes.
Joke.
All right. Where we left off, Spoot was having a conversation with Dondi, the rippling mass of muscle orc next to him, who's chatting quite amiably with you, Spoot.
I bet he's got a big knife.
Oh,
If he does, he's not wearing it. But yeah, he's like, "You ever done one of these before, hey?"
No, I just kind of thought I might like to try to eat some fish pie.
Oh,
I hear they're
it's
pretty
good here. The gravy in it, it's nice and it's a nice heavy. It's almost like an eel kind of gravy. It's real good, eh?
Oh,
You're right.
the woman at the check-in said there was some strategies for this. I just
Oh
thought
yeah.
I thought I'd just eat them. I could do.
He points down to the large human man. Obi over there. He's got a strategy. He's one of them. Drink water and dunk the pie in and kind of drink it all down. I just want to make a mush of it. Not really
that's-
my cup of tea.
No.
I'll tell you though. What I do, I take quick bites and chew, and just chew and chew and chew and chew and chew. Really get a good swallow and just because I find if I break it up really tiny before it gets to my stomach, it takes up less space in there, and so I can cram more in. That's my trick.
That makes sense. Yeah. I'm now thinking very critically about how I chew.
Well,
do turtles have teeth?
No.
He's got a beak, right?
Yeah.
The beak.
Honestly, I've never really thought about how Spoot eats before, but I imagine it would be like you see those videos of, turtle just gets a big bite and then
yeah, it's very messy.
And
The mystery.
Well,
chomp, chomp, chomp.
well, good luck, eh? Looks like they're bringing out the first round, getting us ready here.
Okay, yeah. Good luck. I'm
You
excited.
too. Yeah.
Hang on.
And
is this
he
for
shakes your
speed
hand.
Or number of pies.
Well, you see the old woman comes out. She's got a tray of pies. They seem to be about like the size of a canned ham. Like they're fairly small. They like fit in your hand. And there's a couple of a stack of pies put in front of each person. There's 3 pies put in front of each person. And they seem to still be warm, but not like hot. And as she's passing them out, a human man kind of stands up. All right, everyone, gather around for the pie eating contest. Let's hear for our competitors. And there's a cheer. Now, everyone, you all know the rules. But in case you're new here, everybody laughs at the joke. There are 5 minutes to eat the pies. As soon as you eat pies, the time begins. You start eating the pies. Whoever eats the most pies in the 5 minutes without getting sick or having to stop will be the winner. And the crowd cheers. Is the audience ready? Woo! Competitors, are you ready? All right, competitors. Pie number 1. Go! And all your competitors grab pie and just start like the half orc or the orc next to you is like You see the human at the end is like immediately like grabs the glass of or the mug of water and like dunks the edge of the pie in and like just to like soften the crust maybe. I know, but you've got 3 pies in front of you.
All right, I go for the first pie.
Yeah, you bite in and you feel like it's still like it's like on that edge of like almost too warm, but it's actually really good. And you bite in and you feel the flesh of the fish in there. It's kind of it's almost like a light eel kind of texture to it. Like not quite as like chewy or firm as an eel would be, but soft and flaky. But it's got a very similar flavor to it, and you can feel the gravy in there is mixed with something to kind of be complementary and fluid. And there's thyme and maybe rosemary or something, kind of, or maybe dill, just bringing out the flavor. And the crust is crusty, but thick, and hard and flaky. Like the edges are flaky, and it's crumbly, and you chomp down on the first pie. First pie goes down, no problem. There's a couple people who've like already reached for their second pie. So you dive into pie number 2. As you finish up pie number 2, I'm going to need a Constitution check.
Constitution check. I can't even speak.
Yep.
Ooh. That was horrible.
Okay.
I got a
Just
5.
Okay. Cool. Well, luckily, the DC for the first one is a 5.
Okay.
Yeah. You see, the kid is like chomping through and like swallows the second pie and reaches greedily for the third. So does the human man, and the dragonborn has no problem. The half-orc woman. But you see immediately Dondi's face turns like a sickly yellowy green. Like he's already got kind of green skin, but like this turns like pale, and he's and he needs to make a con save.
Spook
Already.
whispers a little prayer in Aquan for him.
He immediately, his eyes go wide, and he turns around and like jumps off the back of the stage, and you hear a retching sound, and the audience goes wild, and it's like, oh, and some people are like, yeah, and you hear one guy shout, "Fuck you, Dondi!"
Wow.
Hey.
Yeah, it's like there is much derision in the audience. He rolled a natural 1 for those who are curious.
Oh no, Dundee!
Yeah.
I was rooting for you, but that kid's gonna beat us all.
I was rooting for him too, because he had a good save.
Such a nice guy.
He is. Oh well, somebody must have bet on him, because
He's not dead, so I'll talk to him after. But
yeah. So you pie number 3 goes down amongst people. Go ahead, make another Constitution check. The DC now increases by 2, so it's 7.
oh gosh, these checks are gonna kill me. I'm not
Oh,
very good
gosh.
at checks. Saving throws, however. Okay, we're creeping up there. 11.
Yeah, you do really well.
Getting the hang of these pies.
Yeah, you're like going. You're like, yeah, I got this. The child gets like halfway through, and like their eyes turn green, and they and they don't make it off the stage. They just too much pie for their body apparently, and so they
Low
kind
and
of.
steady.
The older orc woman kind of helps the child off the stage, and everybody else is into their 4th pie. So we're up to DC 9 now. So go ahead, make a con check. The crowd is thinning. Ooh, Spoot sailing
Did my luck-
through.
Did my luck peak too soon?
I know, right?
No, you are sailing through. You down pie number 4.
Nice.
Uh,
Nice.
Yeah.
You notice a hint of cardamom.
Yeah. There's something in there that's really good. And the large rotund human man like finishes his fourth pie. Oh, oh, and you see him looking in a rough spot, and he doesn't even back away from the table. The table is covered in a horrible display of vomitus eruptus.
Gross.
Yeah, the crowd. Oh, luckily he's not next to you, which is good.
Right.
The Dragonborn, no problem, just downing it. This Dragonborn.
Nereus seeing this dry heaves.
Yeah.
I think after trying that kobold's cooking that one time, I think it was like a lot.
Oh yeah.
Hey, there was nothing wrong with that kobold's cooking. That kobold's cooking was fantastic.
Oh,
Yep.
bull.
Big boss.
The half orc woman also like puts the last bit of the fourth pie down, turns around, quickly runs off the stage, and you hear retching. It's down to you and the Dragonborn as you reach for pie number 5. The DC goes up to 11 on this con check. Go ahead.
I'm so nervous. 18.
You down pie number 5, Spoot.
I love pies.
The
Bye.
Dragonborn. Hum. Oh, and you see his eyes kind of cross, and you swear like green tinges his red scales. And he makes a con save. He gets up, walks proudly off the stage, and you hear a retching sound into a bucket.
Gross.
And the crowd goes wild, and everyone's like going crazy, like, woo, yeah, hey, turtle guy, good for the turtle, yeah, turtle man. And the human guy and the human comes to us. We have a winner, everybody.
All right.
It is the Mr. Spoot, first time competitor. And the crowd like, woo, yeah, and everybody claps for you. Spoot, you have won the fucking pie eating contest.
I think Spoot's definitely pretty excited, but also now he's a little embarrassed that everyone's like, yeah. So he's just gonna like kind of shyly nod his head and like, thank you, and then like, do I leave? Where do I?
Yeah, like
Do I-
he raises your hand for a little bit, and you kind of awkwardly like pull your head into your shell halfway, and he's like, right this way, we will award you your invitation, an invitation to the warlord's table. Yeah, woo.
Hope they
Just
have
what you
pies.
want. A multi-course dinner.
Just pies for me.
You just get a shirt that says,
Yeah.
I'm just here for the pie.
Pie or bust. Pardon me. Wonderfully done, Spoot. You are brought away. You are awarded a invitation very similar to Nereus's, as you see some people who look like they may have like been infractors against rules or laws, having to do cleanup on the stage.
Gross.
I hope they have appropriate personal protective equipment.
They
Is there
have
any?
they have
Is that
shoes
a
and
towel?
gloves, but that's about it.
Give me.
Are there any
Buckets of
unsoiled
water.
pies left?
There are a collection of pies. The older orc woman, who apparently is the woman who made them, is like, oh yes, I had to make quite a few to be on hand in case anybody really did. I've got about 15 left. Would you like another one?
I would gladly pay you for some more pies. They were delicious.
Oh, well, you won these fair and square, and the warlord has already paid for them, so help yourself. How many would you like?
Well, let's see. I wonder if any of my friends want a pie. Nereus doesn't. Maybe 3?
Of course, here. Congratulations on your win, Mr. Spoot. Here you go. And she
Thank-
wraps up a stack of 3 pies and hands them to you.
Aw. Spoot just very awkwardly says, congratulations on your pies. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. They are not family recipe.
Okay. And I go now.
Have a good day. Enjoy the festival. And you saunter off to your friends. Invitation in claw.
And I offer pies to whoever wants one. And I'm giving, taking care to avoid Nereus in case he is still looking a little green around the gills.
No,
No,
Nereus has now prestidigitationed around his face, so around his face smells like a field of flowers to try to avoid the vomit smell.
Nice.
That's so funny.
Does the pie smell good?
Yeah, it smells freshly baked, and there's some kind of herbal bit, and also like warm fish. If you like cooked fish, like it smells tasty.
I don't know that Greg knows what that is.
It's a subjective thing. Greg grew up in a port town, so like.
No, I know, but like eating cooked fish,
Oh, you like it raw.
eating out of the garbage is more.
I like fish raw too, but
gargling.
these are very good.
And are they? I mean, I kind of associate all that with like yuck.
You see,
Are
like the pies have little like slits on them, like for steam to escape, and you see like one of them kind of like dip in a little bit, and like a piece of the crust like flake off and like get dipped into the inside, and then like it disappears shortly after, and you hear, not bad.
Padook. I mean,
Can we get away from
let
the
me
stage,
try.
please?
Let me try a little bit of the.
Yeah, you're
crust.
away from the stage.
Okay.
Like Spook came and joined you where you were. You didn't go to him.
Okay.
I will
Yeah,
try
yeah,
a
yeah.
little bit of the crust.
Yeah, if you don't like it, I will eat
No,
it all.
just the smell of all the vomit. I can handle a lot of odors, but that's...
Not okay.
I'd like to
That one
think
I
that I
can do.
don't smell very much. I don't know. I don't know what turtles
stage-
smell, but
The stage smells a tad bit.
Yeah,
I
that
imagine.
that one big guy just and the kid didn't quite make it.
that fish pie vomit does smell pretty vile.
Yeah. Partially digested fish pie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Not okay.
not a lot of time went by, so it wasn't too digested-y, but yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it was mostly fish pie. But yeah. Good job. Congratulations. People like walk by and like pat you on the shoulder occasionally, like, good job, Mr. Spoot. Dondi comes up to you at one point after a few moments, and the crowd kind of thins out. It's like, oh mate, you done a right ripper job.
Andy, I'm so sorry. I hated to see that you came out so.
I
so
know,
soon.
me too. That's never happened to me before, but I just could not, for whatever reason. Maybe I'm allergic to something. No, I better not. But
No,
thank
do you want to take one for later, just in case?
If I'm allergic to something, I'd rather not give it a shot again. Like,
Yeah, you're right.
I think I'm going to go find a nice beer and pork sandwich and see if I can kind of settle my stomach. You know what I mean?
You smell a little bit. Hold on. And I'm just gonna prestidigitation him, like kind of his face, and just like smell away.
He is cleaned off. Like he made it to a bucket and like.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, he made it to a bucket.
Yeah, he was first
I
out.
know there's sometimes like that lingering scent, especially when you talk.
Yeah, no, he rinsed in lemon water and whatever. So he's good. He's not the big guy who like just didn't make it at all.
Didn't even try.
Yeah, but he's just like, oh well, you all have a good day. It's a pleasure competing against you. Really well done. 5 pies.
Yeah, they were very delicious. I was lucky I wasn't allergic to something, but I hope to see you around maybe sometime, and best of luck on your journeys.
Oh, you too. If you're ever near Down Under, give me a look up, eh?
I definitely will. We should go there next, after we finish here.
Oh, well, I'll show you around. It'll be a right good time, it will. All right. Have a good day. Enjoy the festival now. And he kind of saunters off.
Watching all that eating makes me want something to eat. Are there sweet goodies? Cookies? Special cookies?
Make a perception check.
Special pastries.
Because you are
Sun-shaped
specifically looking for pastries and
seeds.
sweet things, you can have advantage on this because Greg has given them, made themselves a well-known lover of sweets.
That's right. It's still only a 15.
More than enough. You smell that like sweet smell of hot sugar from somewhere,
Oh yeah.
and like you can tell that is where to
Right.
go.
All that eating made me want to eat something. Can we go? We're going this way. Can we go this way? I want to go this way. Smells good.
Oh, Sarah, something is loud in your neck of the woods. Yeah.
There's a party going on.
Yeah, so you make your way over, and what you find are essentially these piping hot rolls of dough that have like this melted icing over them.
Oh yeah.
They look gooey, and like you can smell like some kind of spices in there mixed with the sugar. These are like Grig's jam, these bad boys.
Yeah, because they're like, are they fried too?
The dough's not fried. These things you're looking at aren't fried, but they do have fried that look like fried dough balls with like a white, maybe powdered or casted sugar over them.
3 of each. 3 of each.
1 silver will get you 3 of each easily.
Great. Love it.
Yeah.
These are delicious.
Yeah.
I'm covered in sugar now.
Yeah, it's like between the powdered sugar and like the icing, it's just like Grig got hit in the face by like white paint, and it's just
Icky.
because we all know how Grig eats. So.
Mm-hmm.
But Greg doesn't eat too crazy until they do.
Yeah, and I'm sure they are having a lot of fun eating these sweet things.
Delicious.
Yeah.
It's actually making me want some very badly.
I know. I haven't had dinner yet. So you have acquired sweets.
Great.
Next up, in a couple of hours, is the
Animal handling.
the animal handling contest. Do you want to do anything before that? Or
Maybe we should take a nap.
Should we go talk to Defect and see if he's willing to do the melee?
Or how his poetry is
could.
coming.
We could do that. I could also, I mean, if I get the hat from Defect, I could do something. I guess I shouldn't do that. I shouldn't do the melee.
You could
I guess
use
I
his
could
poetry.
disguise myself and do some poetry. But Defect's gonna do that. I guess we'd have 2 chances.
I mean, you heard
If he
that
could
like
let you read-
people can enter multiple events, and if the same person wins multiple events, they can pass off the
Right, the
invitation.
invitation. Yeah, I guess I could do poetry. I just have to disguise myself.
Well,
You have that ability, do you not?
Yeah. I mean, what even is poetry? I know Defect likes it, and he tells me these poems, these things that are poems, but I mean, like, this is a poem I just made up. Right? That's a poem.
it takes a bit of work. Then there's several different kinds of.
And am I
poetry as
supposed
far
to
as
know
I'm
the
aware.
poem, or am I supposed to, like, maybe if Defect gives me a poem to read, I could do that. Or do they
You can
give
read
me
some of his poetry. Yeah.
Maybe we
You
could
could.
ask for the rules. Is there a place like the person we spoke to before that we could ask in advance specifics for the rules? Are you
Mhm.
creating poetry or reciting?
Yeah.
Something about reciting, but, like, do they hand you the poem? That's what I don't know.
Yeah, you can find that easy enough. There is an official there who's taking names of people who want to sign up. They explain that yes, you may bring an original work, or you may recite something that you know. It's partially about the content, and you are thought more favorably for bringing something original. But if it's more about the performance and capturing the audience in the recitation.
I mean, okay. Good to know.
Yes.
You
What's
don't
your
have-
performance?
We have had people who have performed very well known epic poems, and we have people who have performed new work. Both have won in the past.
Interesting. Good to know. This should be an interesting contest.
Oh, it will surely be, yes.
All right.
Yeah.
We need to check in with Defect.
I want Defect to have written me a poem. So bad.
Maybe.
My
Look at my duck.
It's about duck.
It is so cool.
Totally about ducks.
ducks and existential dread.
Right?
Defect might be saving that one for himself, but
Fair enough, yes.
But perhaps he has a secondary poem he might, because he's been writing poetry for some time now.
Defect just never comes out of his room to compete because he's so deep now. Into
you all
Right.
go back to check on Defect, and he's got like
Yeah.
full emo swoop hair, and
Oh my
and
God.
a,
papers
and has put
everywhere.
like eyeliner around his eye sockets.
Is the cloak billowing while he sits at the desk?
Adis's,
Yep.
Yeah, the cloak of billowing and Adis's eyeliner.
And you
There's a duck tapping at his window.
and you swear you can hear like the sounds of like some kind of crazy whiny band like my
careful.
my alchemical desire or something like that.
My alchemical desire. Oh, I love.
Yeah. So good job.
Cool. Is that yeah, Greg's not about to write a poem, but Greg has no fear of saying words in front of people. Where can I find a poem? Do you have a poem?
Wow, there's no library here, is there? I wonder. I mean, I think Defect has a book of poems. I don't think.
yeah.
Definitely, he
Okay.
definitely bought a book of poetry.
Can I borrow your book of poetry and then we can both read a poem? Also, we should disguise ourselves. Are you gonna actually compete? Hello, Defect.
He nods that he has every intention of competing in a poetry contest.
Why do you do
Great.
this every now and then, Defect?
He's just like, I'm introspective today.
He's
No, I'm
creating.
joking. I'm joking.
But yeah.
Can I borrow your poetry book?
He hands you the poetry book because he's
Great.
gonna do one that he has written.
I love it so much.
Cool. Yeah. So time passes. Festivals around. People are partying. People are doing stuff. It's a vibe. Like it's a good time. Like it's weird. Like when you arrived here the past day or so, everybody was very like keep to yourself. Like just kind of existing, not being mean, but just not engaging. But with this open weather and bright sun, people are very much going around and being friendly and like laughing in the streets. It's a totally different
holiday.
vibe. Yeah.
I stand by my conspiracy theory. Just saying.
Link to the rain.
All right,
Good Denver.
where's the animal handling happening? Let's get on with it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you are brought out, you head out following the crowd. There is a pen. It's very like 4-H club style. If you've ever been to like a farm show or a state fair or something, where there are stands like around the pen and like there's
I wasn't supposed to bring my own animal, was I?
no.
Bring me.
There are 3 different rounds.
Would that be
Um,
cheating if you just brought me?
No, there's sheep, horses, and cows. Those are the 3 rounds. Sheep, cows, and horses in order of difficulty. Cool.
Sheep, cows, horses. Okay.
Yep. You see, there's one girl with like long dark hair, kind of in ponytails. And she's it looks like she's got like some kind of plant embroidery around her coat or her shirt. And she seems very into it all and very excited.
Wait. Did we find out the rules for this one?
Anything goes.
I don't think so. I
Yeah.
think all of us are just very excited to get there.
Like,
which
what's
is what's
the-
straight there.
Yeah.
What's the level of like subduing the animal?
Yeah. The deal is.
Will someone tell me what's going on?
Yeah, it is explained to you that there will be 8 sheep, and they will be released into the pen, and then you will enter the pen, and you have to get all of the sheep into the smaller paddock, and the door and the fence, the gate, closed behind them, and whoever can do that the fastest will be the winner. And then there will be a cow round with a similar thing, and then there will be a horse round. There will be 5 cows, and there will be 3 horses.
It's gonna be great.
The fastest. is the
Spoot's
part.
gonna join just because he's on a competition high right now, and it sounds
that's
fun. With 0 farm animal experience.
I would also like to see them dress a oiled pig.
This can't be that hard, right? I mean, we used to have to.
And that stuff's cool.
I would like to think Spoot's actually disappointed. Oh, I thought it would be like, turtle racing and fishing.
Turtle racing.
Turtle racing.
No, I meant to say frog, actually, but that's even.
Oh. I like turtle racing.
It's true.
I've done that before, too, as a kid.
Yeah, so contestants are gathering. The crowd is being brought in. The crowd is gathering. People are sitting in the stands. You see this little girl is very excited with the fly embroidery, and she's like, Mommy, is Daddy going to compete this year? And the mom looks down at her daughter. No, Ivy, love. Dad's got it a little hard up this year, so he won't be here. Don't worry, Ivy. And she's like, oh, I've got it. And they are led away.
Olive, are you gonna do your animal thing like you did with those mice?
You mean talking to the mice?
Yeah.
I was thinking about summoning some border collies.
Oh, I mean, I suppose that can work as well.
At this point, I could talk to them. I could summon some border collies, or I could send some insects to kind of.
I would maybe say not the insects.
You could turn into a sheep and then yell really loudly, "Follow me!"
Good.
All of these are excellent options. I think you should turn into a pig.
Random pig.
Just a pig. Random pig.
Babe, come on.
Yeah, I know, I got it.
Yeah. Cool. Well, they are calling around. We will be competing for the animal wrangling in 5 minutes. Competitors, please make yourselves known. The first round, the sheep round, begins in 5 minutes.
Oh, okay. I think I'm gonna do this. This could be fun.
Oh
Cool.
my goodness.
Okay, so Olive and Spoot are getting in on this bad boy.
It's not
Yeah.
violent, so I like it.
All right.
Olive's going to walk up and make herself known.
Yeah. There's 4 other competitors. There's like there's one of the Dragonborn. There's one of the there's one of the Dragonborn. There's a human woman. There's a human man, and a woman of some amount of Orcish descent. You're not exactly sure how much. Skin's a little green, and she's got pointed, kind of wide pointed ears, little tiny tusks, maybe a quarter orc, who knows. But yeah. So they are all up in position. Why don't both of you roll me a d6? This will determine your order in the show.
Quattro.
All right. Cool. So the first person up, the human man, goes in and does a really good job. actually. He goes in by himself. The 8 sheep are kind of milling about. He goes to the far corner and lets out a piercing whistle, from sticking his fingers in his mouth. And the sheep are like startled by the noise, and they like run away from him. And he keeps whistling, and they run into the pen, and he locks the door very quickly. Didn't take too much longer than like maybe a minute or so.
Wow.
So the crowd is impressed. 8 sheep in a minute. Wow, that's really good.
It is really good. I think I'm going to withdraw.
Ah,
Just kidding.
Where's your fun?
Cool. Next up is the human woman, who goes up, and the 8 sheep are up. They're milling. It's 8 different sheep. Like, they change the sheep every time, so like there's no like accusation of like trained sheep.
So is someone sitting around with 40-something sheep, 48 sheep just waiting for...
Presumably.
That is how these things work.
It's a lot of sheep.
I mean,
You
that's
don't know
not
to
really.
conjure sheep.
Not on a ranch.
Not
Yeah.
really.
No, but in a pen in the middle of town.
It's on the outside of town.
They brought it. They brought them from the
Yeah,
farm.
they like added seating to like a pre-existing like farm place. But the woman goes up and begins playing some kind of flute or like whistle, but the tune kind of makes the sheep pay attention to her more, and so she can't really lead them because they all kind of glob around her, and she's got to fight her way through the sheep and like get them to slowly follow her. So it takes her about 10 minutes to wrangle up all the sheep.
Terrible.
She does not fare well. For the first 5 minutes, the crowd is like encouraging, like, "Come on, you got this." And then at some point, she like face plants in the middle of the sheep pen and kind of stands back up, and she's just like covered in sheep crap. And then the crowd, like, there's a couple jeers, and people are like, "Hey, it's hard, shut up." And like, so she eventually gets them all in, but she did not fare too well. And it's like encouragement applause more than like actual anything else applause.
You tried.
Very golf clap. Next up is Olive.
Yeah.
So Olive, you are shown to your waiting area. The sheep are released for a few minutes. What is your plan here?
I'm going to conjure some border collies.
Cool.
If they are of assuming they're similar to a wolf is the most similar beast I can find.
They're
I
probably
get 8 of them.
less. Yeah, you definitely get 8 border collies. Absolutely.
The spell goes horribly wrong, and they are in fact wolves. The sheep.
So I get my 8 border collies and I put them on the sides of the pen that are furthest from the small pen.
How long does the spell last? Just out of curiosity.
An hour.
Cool. So you are shown in to the paddock. The bell is done. You cast your spell. 8 border collies begin barking to your will as they begin corralling. Go ahead.
Well,
Make an animal handling check with advantage because of your border collies.
22.
22? Well,
I am proficient in animal handling.
holy crap, bunnies.
That is the highest roll any DM has ever seen in animal handling.
No DM has ever asked for animal handling and gotten this result, ever.
It's winning too. The DC was 5.
I have a +8 to my animal handling. What do you want from me?
It's great. No, it's great.
It's what I do.
You, with your border collies, and you know how sheep work. You've talked to sheep before, so you just
Oh my god.
call in these border
long
collies, and they
conversation.
begin barking. And your sheep like are directed into a single line, and they all run into the pen, and you close it shut. Actually, one of the border collies jumps up and closes the gate, and another one jumps up and hits the latch. So you are still on the other side of the pen. It took 45 seconds at most.
That's amazing. Now I really want to quit.
The crowd goes insane. They're like, woo! They're like, one of the announcer judgments. We've never seen anything like this. This is fantastic, amazing use of conjuring some sort of dog spirit. Well done, excellent. Everybody's like, woo!
Collies.
Yeah. Well done. Good usage of spell. Good job. The crowd goes wild. And next up, we have this Spoot, who won the pie eating contest, apparently. Congratulations, Mr. Spoot. Please take your ready position as 8 more sheep are let out into the pen. They mill around for a little bit.
To sit beside me.
Yeah, can I borrow your border collie? Just kidding.
Spoot, do you have any augmentations, plans, spells that you would like to use in this endeavor?
Nope, nothing that wouldn't hurt the sheep.
All right, cool. You are signaled to. You are shown to the pen. The door is closed. Go ahead, make an animal handling check, Spoot.
Could I offer myself guidance, however, as I've never done this before?
You may, because because you can guidance for a minute. It's 1 check, so I will allow this. Yes, it won't give you advantage or anything, but I will allow you to gain inspiration on how to do your task here.
Right, because admittedly I have no idea, but I've just been watching everyone else and been like,
Yeah,
I don't know, maybe I'll make some noise on my shell or
yeah.
something.
So the guidance might help give you an idea of what to do. So yeah, I'll allow guidance.
All right, here's the regular animal handling roll.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
That's a 24 without guidance. So roll your d4.
Oh my lord.
My luck has peaked. I learned from the best.
27.
We broke the game, guys.
Jesus, no one has ever animal handled this well.
You're not supposed to even do it above 20.
You're not supposed to animal handle at all, but well done. Holy bananas. Spoot, you think, I learned from Olive, I can do this. And you just stand in, and the sheep all look at you, something they have never seen before, and you begin barking like a border collie. And the sheep are just terrified, and they just book it the other way. And you just kind of walk over. The sheep are in the pen for a good, 15 seconds by the time you kind of slowly walk over and close the gate and latch it shut. And
I was gonna say the sheep latch their own gate shut.
They're like, don't let it in.
they're terrified and cowering away from you. But they just fucking booked it. They are like, done, out, peace out. And the audience goes crazy. And well done, 30 seconds. So well done, Mr. Spoot. Definitely advancing to the next round.
I'm coughing. Sorry.
My extraordinarily well-behaved sitting border collies all howl as a cheer.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just really dopily and excitedly find all of them and be like, I learned that from you.
I learned it from watching you.
The final competitor steps in and looks at you two, steps into the ring with his 8 sheep, or her 8 sheep. The kind of barely orcish woman. And she's just like, all right. She looks at the sheep. She waves her hands. The sheep's eyes go wide. And they turn around and single file march directly into the pen. And she closes the pen. And the guy announcing checks the sand timer and well done, Veronica. That is at 15 seconds. She rolled a natural 20.
Whoa.
High rolls on these animal handling checks. Well done. Some sort of impetus on the animals to command them. Well done indeed.
Shut up, Merlin.
Way to bust our bubble, Veronica.
Right.
The
Do I know what spell she used?
make an,
Command sheep. It's a
make an Arcana check.
cantrip.
The final competitor, the like quarter orcish woman, she does not she doesn't do too bad. She gets them in a couple of minutes. Unfortunately, both she and the human woman are eliminated as the bottom. Or I'm sorry, the human woman was eliminated as the bottom competitor from the round. So next up, there will be the 4 competitors in the horse or in the cow competition. Will be next, which we will do. Which we will do when we come back from break. We're going to take a quick 5 minutes. So we'll be right back. Hopefully tech doesn't crash on us again. Thank you, I've got it. Thank you, I Wander About. We'll be back after this short rest. See you very soon. Hello, everyone. Oh, are you back, Tanner?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there you are. Haha. Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for allowing us a little break. I'm sure Matt will return presently, as he was in need of, bio break time. So that's what we're going to do. Anyway, great, cool. So after an amazing first round of some sheep handling between our druid, our cleric, and this random woman, amazingly done.
Putting y'all to shame.
Yeah. Nearest, you can make an Arcana check because you had expressed interest in like a spell that she might have done.
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it. Oh, your poor computer is really struggling
Yeah,
on
it
these
is.
dice rolls.
Uh-huh. No, it's an 8.
All right. With an 8, you don't know how she done did what she did, but she done did it.
She done did something magical.
It
Yeah.
been done, did.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But we move on now to the cow round. Well done, both of you, for advancing. Yeah. First up, the human man is going to go after his 5 cows. The crowd is cheering. The 4 of you who advanced did really well in the previous round, so that's going to be interesting.
We're a tough act to follow.
Yeah. So he's going to make his animal handling check.
Definitely now standing on the
Ooh.
sidelines with a row of 8 perfect border collies and a perfect sit stick.
Yeah. Well, the man goes up to do and does the same piercing whistle that he did the last time. And one of the cows straight up kicks him in the groin, and he doubles up and balls over. And another cow just goes meow and kind of just leans and sits down on him. And the crowd is like, "Ooh, that's not good. That's just gonna leave
It's
a
like
mark."
making a note. With cows, don't
Yikes.
whistle.
He extricates himself from beneath the cow and hobbles swearing over and just goes, I give up, in like very bad pain. Some form of medical practitioner like guides him over to a bench and lays him down and like begins checking him for like broken ribs and all this stuff. And that one will get you every time. It's very sad.
That's rough.
Yeah.
Yeah. But next up is Olive.
Hey.
So Olive, eventually 5 new cows are brought in. And what is your plan on these cows?
Olive walks into the ring followed by her perfectly in time border collies. Who
Okay. So you're going to use the border collies again.
we're stick with the border collies, yeah.
All right, cool. You go in. Go ahead, make animal handling check with advantage from your border collies.
27.
Yeah. The border collies begin barking and like nudging the cows, and they're like, "Meow." But the border collies, they bark and herd and very nicely, and eventually, and the cows kind of get that like I'm a quick moving cow action going pretty quickly. Within like 3 minutes, which is really good for cows. You get all 5 cows in, and everybody is like clapping and hooting and hollering. They're very impressed. Like, you get the sense that 3 minutes is nigh on a record. So well done.
Border collies follow me out of the ring, sit in a perfect formation around me.
Yeah, cool. You don't have too much longer left on your spell at this point, so you probably have to re-summon them if you choose to do so for the horse round. Which, who knows how good dogs are with horses? I really don't. So that'll be fun.
Actually,
But I wasn't counting on using them for the horses, so it's
Okay,
fine.
great. Cool.
corgis.
It's an hour-long spell, so.
Yeah.
Corgis are great at large animals.
Good to know.
Because when the big animal, because they nip the ankles, and when a big animal kicks, the hoof goes over the corgi's head, and the corgi just keeps nipping.
Yeah.
Ah, fascinating.
They're part of the working category.
You just hear Stefano
Yeah.
in the distance.
You
Don't-
hear,
don't
clink,
tease-
clink,
don't
clink.
tease me.
you hear a forlorn metal clanking.
Aw.
Which, for those of you who may not have watched our Tomb of Kelenar, that's a reference from that. You should go check that out on YouTube. Available
Check it
now.
out.
I will find you, Tiny Fano.
Next up, we have Spoot for your 5 cows.
Oh boy, Spoot doesn't know what he's gonna do this time either. Could I, at the risk of being annoying, try the guidance again?
Yeah. You definitely get the idea that getting kicked in the groin is not a good strategy.
Don't whistle. Probably not good.
Yeah, maybe cows don't like that high pierced noise. Who knows? Go ahead.
That guy just so bad.
5 cows in the audience. You are let in. The pen is closed behind you. Go ahead, make your roll and your guidance roll.
What?
Oh my god! Ladies and gentlemen, that is a
27 wasn't enough.
nat 20. Go ahead, roll your guidance. You wanted to do it. Roll your d4.
I never do it when I'm like, I'm gonna be good at this. I'm just always like, oh, something's gonna go wrong.
I mean, you got a +5. That's not bad.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Did it not roll?
No.
No.
It's not showing up yet.
Here we go.
2.
All right, a 2. Very cool. So that's another 27 and a nat 20. Fantastically done. Yeah, Spoot, why don't you tell me how you nat 20 these cows?
Yes.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Yes.
Mr. Georgia, why don't you tell me how you handle these cows?
Okay. I don't know if the dogs definitely worked in the cows, but you know what? I'm gonna say that I just had a divine spark of inspiration, and I took to taking some of the items on my net and shaking them on the back of my shell and beating a little bit, to make some low noise to get them started. And then I might have thrown in some barks as they were moving and trying to make myself as wide as possible.
Yeah,
cowbell.
you
I just
you
slowly,
definitely
like a wall.
Yeah, you encroach upon the cows. You intimidate the cows, and they're kind of freaked out. They've again never seen anything like you. They go ahead and all into the pen in 2.5 minutes. Well done. Pretty much neck and neck with all of it at this point. Well done indeed. The crowd is very impressed by you, Spoot. He's like, did you see that turtle man? He's amazing. All kinds of accents in the crowd.
Yeehaw! That turtle man is a real cowboy.
Very good, yeah. Very well done. Very impressive. And then the quarter orc woman gets set up and ready for her cows. And she does a respectable job. She doesn't seem to have the presence with cows that she does with sheep. And the cows kind of mosey after about 7 or 8 minutes, kind of mosey into the pen, which is a respectable time for 5 cows to do anything.
This is the magic lady?
Yeah, whatever she was gonna do, she doesn't seem to have the same impact with cows as she does sheep.
Fair.
But yeah, good job. She kind of barely gets it done, but she gets it done. So good job, everyone. Good job. The man dropped out and was therefore eliminated. So the 3 of you go to the next round. The 3 horses, which will mean Olive, you are going first. Your border collies have dissipated.
Thanks, guys.
You hear a
Small
forlorn
town, as they mentioned.
bark, 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 kind of spectrally as it fades away.
Baremu.
Good reference. Excellent. So Olive, there are 3 horses lined up. There are. It looks like they seem to be 3 mares. It seems like they're all going to be mares. So no, there's no like stallions in this competition. So there may be mares, there may be some geldings. It is geldings, right? Amputated. I asked the horse person in the group.
Amputate.
Yeah.
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 Well, I don't know. Castrated? I guess that's the right word.
Yeah. Castrated. Yeah.
Traded.
Castrated horses or geldings. All right, cool. Anyway, so there's no stallions is the bottom line here.
Yes.
So what would you like to do and have ready for when you get the go ahead? What is your plan?
I'm going to cast Speak with Animals. Horses are smarter than sheep and cows.
It is true. They are quite smart, actually. Cool.
So, casting Speak with Animals, and I'm saying, hey, y'all, there's some really good oats in that pen over there. And I'm just sort of encouraging them to go toward the really delicious feed that's waiting for them in the pen over there.
All right, go ahead. Make an animal handling check for me.
Aminal handling?
Animal handling.
23.
The horses look at you and they go, "Aye, there'll be
Yeah, right over there.
there'll be good stuff in there." Oh, well, why didn't you say so? And they trot. The first one trots in, and the second one comes up. Did you say there was good stuff in there?
I did.
Oh, well, I got to get me some of that. Thanks. And he trots away. You go up to the third horse and give them the line. He goes, "Oh, yeah? Oh, go get me some of that good stuff, huh?" And she walks in. The crowd clapping, woo. The crowd claps, woo. Yeah, woo.
So does the cloud.
The cloud.
The cloud.
Everyone's like, "Woo, yeah, well done." The
Back to
announcer,
the gate and talk
very
to
good.
whoever owns the horses and ask them for some horse treats. Hey, give these horses some treats. I promised them some. I
Make
stole some rotten apples if I don't want that.
make a persuasion check on the horse handler.
Yeah, it's a 7.
Oh, no.
If you
Oh,
made the
not
promise
very
to
bad.
the horses, that's on you, lady.
Yeah, okay. I will offer them some rations.
They kind of paw and look at you and like begrudgingly eat whatever rations you give them.
Sorry, guys. My apples went bad.
You gotta throw those out.
I did. I fed them to the rats
Yeah.
in the last
Oh,
meeting.
right.
Yeah.
The
And I was like, "That was very impressive from Miss Olive, eh? Yes, very well done indeed." And now we have Mr. Spoot, who has been rocking through this competition. Mr. Spoot, please get ready and we will bring in your horses.
I'm so worried this is where it all falls apart.
The horses come in, and they're allowed to like roam and graze in the pen for a few minutes. Spoot, do you have any plans here?
Not really. I get the sense from. I mean, I don't really know what Olive did, but I think I know. But I get the sense that they probably don't need as much actual fear and startlement to get to.
You have seen Olive talk to horses many times.
Yeah, they seem like they're pretty smart animals. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if I can just sort of get them moving without having to be a scary turtle monster.
Cool.
So nervous.
So mechanically, you're just gonna do guidance again?
Yeah, I'll just do guidance again. Yeah, and then
Okay, cool.
trust my instinct. I guess haven't
All right. Yeah,
seen a horse.
Yeah, you go ahead. You are led into the pen. Go ahead, make an animal handling check.
Okay.
19 plus guidance. Okay, that's okay. That's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
That's still really good.
Yeah.
Not quite as fast as Olive, but still like very respectably done. You like begin making like hiya noises, like hiya, click click click.
Like my beak.
Yeah. And the horses kind of look at you out of their side, with their eyes, like kind of side eyeing you, because that's what horses do. They're just nothing but side eye. But they kind of shimmy away from you, and then like you go, yeah, and they scamper off. So you don't do it as quickly as Olive does, but you do a pretty good job. Everybody's like very impressed and clappy. Good job, Spoot. You've done well.
Beginner's luck.
And then the orcish woman.
So I'm curious, how far away am I from the contestants?
60 feet or so.
Oh no.
That's as close as I can get.
Yeah, you're like, well, no, I guess you could be from the center of the pen, the closest you could get, because there's like a good 15 feet between the fence of the pen and the first set of stands.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, you could be 15 feet away from, or 20 feet away from Spoot when he enters the pen.
Mm-hmm.
But as he goes into the pen, and it's a large pen.
Right.
You know. So, I guess it
How far do
depends.
you have to?
So, like, at the center of the pen is probably about 60 feet away from the stands.
How
And
close
that-
do you have
and
to be to
Where do the
insight check?
contestants stand?
Yeah, you could be
Like-
20 feet away from where the contestants enter the pen. Because once they enter the pen, they can move around in it.
Okay. I'm going to try to stay within 60 feet of this contestant.
Okay, that's fine. She walks in, and she kind of stands there. And she looks a little intimidated by the horses, and kind of like begins like, kind of like stretches her arms out again, and like a horse kind of just looks at her and puts its head back down and begins gnawing on some like tufts of grass or something. And she walks up to a horse and like begins like, come on horsey, not having too much success. She gets frustrated and slaps it on the ass, and it like bolts to the other side of the pen but not into the like mini holding pen.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's got to chase after that horse, and eventually she like coaxes another horse in. She is having a rough time and gets frustrated and just throws her hands up in frustration and walks out of the pen, not succeeding in her task.
Oh, look at that.
Aw.
Sad.
What did you do?
I didn't do
But yes, so she did not perform very well in that last round. The announcer guy comes out. Everyone, attention, please. We have had, let's give it up for all the contestants. And the crowd roars in applause. And let's give it up especially for our two successful animal wranglers, Mr. Spoot and Miss Olive. And the crowd is like, woo, yeah, very loud cheers, woo.
I can't whistle.
I can't.
Very like all the whistling and hubbub and hullabaloo. Somebody must. You swear someone has a Vesuvula, and there's like that woo 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 sound. MC Hammer's in the crowd. No, not MC Hammer. What's his name? Arsenio Hall's in the crowd. That's who it is. Arsenio Hall's in the crowd.
Some spectral border collie yipping.
Yeah. As you all know, when we have multiple competitors, it is down to the timing. And by a few moments, the winner of the animal wrangling in the best time for the horses and overall is Miss Olive. And the crowd goes wild, and Olive, you are presented with an invitation to dinner at the warlord's home of Gripkeep.
Woo.
And
Thank you
you
most
Joseph.
kindly.
it was a pleasure to watch you work. Very impressive. Those ghostly dogs. They were very impressive. Very nice.
They're pretty great.
Yes. Do you hurt animals often?
No, actually, but I'm good friends with the border collies, so they help.
Oh well, well done, well done. Maybe you can show my my husband a few things, huh? And the crowd cheers as you kind of walk off and join your friends. Well done, both of you. Like, that was fantastic. I honestly didn't know who was going to win that round between Spoot and Olive.
With those dice rolls. Oh, that
Right.
Yeah, that was a little bit ridiculous.
was.
Yeah, you tied on the cows. Spoot outperformed you in the sheep, but Olive won the horses, which was the harder set. So that's it. So
Yeah.
Olive
And nobody
Olive won.
rolled under a 20.
Well, technically I did.
That
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, the final roll was
last
a
one,
19.
yeah.
Right.
Well done, all of you, both of you. Yeah, like you guys are like sweeping these events. So good job.
Spoot goes over and congratulates Olive and is so excited. That was so much fun. I learned so
Wasn't
much
it
watching
fun?
everyone. I
I really
missed out.
liked those dogs.
The dogs were a really excellent idea.
Yeah, very well done.
Pulls out a pie.
Blech.
No.
All of this animal wrangling made me hungry.
Yeah, it is much colder now. It's like ambient temperature. It's
Well, I'll be going back to the hotel now.
it's
temperature
been a few
pie.
hours. It's lukewarm room temperature fish pie.
I'm just kidding.
Delicious.
It's probably fine.
It is fine. It was made this morning. It's not gonna like rot on you in a couple hours.
No, it
Perfectly
just
safe.
sounds terrible.
At least
That-
it's not soggy.
Likes
That
everything.
is subjective. So
Yeah.
It is Olive's opinion, and she stands by it. She is not interested in your tepid pies.
Way, way better than Dragon.
from now on, every pie shop is going to be named Tepid Pies.
I-
Oh look, they've got a tepid pies.
First
Tepid
franchise
Pie.
in Nuuli, Tepid Pies.
Tepid pies.
No.
Talk to our manager about your chance
all-
to franchise out.
They're always located next to a barber shop, oddly.
Yes.
Under it, I should say. Okay.
Yes.
Uh,
Yes. It's called Swiney's Tepid Pies.
I hate it.
what? There's one more.
If you don't like
competition?
our pies, you get a free shave. It's really very weird.
It's almost time for poetry, is it not?
It is. It's about mid-afternoon, which is when the poetry is supposed to jam out. So yeah. There seems to be some hubbub as people are talking because this one has a very special judge, the town lord, Count Igor van Mortis.
Oh, right.
Mm.
He is the sponsor and judge of this event.
Count Van Mortis.
Igor van Mortis.
Igor.
Igor Van Mortis.
Mhm. Yeah. So you all show up. Igor van Mortis is a very officious-looking half-orc warlord man, wearing kind of gray and red, a gray and red outfit with a bright, like yellow cloak, kind of over the back, like a mustardy yellow. It's not necessarily complimentary, but it's bright and very sunny looking. But somehow he manages to pull it off. Like, the gray kind of complements his skin. He's got more of a grayish hue to his skin as opposed to green of some of the other orcish individuals around. But yeah, he is very efficient. He's got little spectacles on and a little like fez style hat.
I love it.
Yeah, he's a character. This guy. Yeah, there's a green tassel. And it's like a blue fez with a green tassel. He is a cacophony of color, this guy. Yeah, so people are getting ready. The stage for this one is a small, like, round, like the centering of a circus when they put someone, you know how they have like just a round stand that is like big enough for like the ringmaster to stand on. That's essentially what it is. It's like a small pedestal, I guess. And then a large crowd is gathering as contestants are lining up, which this seems to be a fairly popular event. There's at least 5 contestants already before those of you who wish to participate show up. Which, by the way, who amongst you, those gathered here, will be participating in poetry?
Is Bodo around?
Make a perception check.
Okay.
Good point. I think
7.
Greg, there's no Bodo around.
I think I got caught up in the in competing, but I did have that thought before because Greg said that they were kind of keep an eye on them. Could I also make one?
Yes.
Because I am not competing.
Okay, yeah, you can make a perception check.
18.
Yeah, you see Bodo. He is in he's in the like center stage kind of the it's like a half surround of seating. So it's like half round. He's like right in the middle, right in the center area. He's got where he thinks like the best acoustics will be. He's chatting away with a couple people. His like guards are like sat behind him. There's like 3 guards in their plate mail and sashes. But he's amiably chatting away with some young man. It looks like some young orcish man.
Just out of curiosity, did I like notice that Greg was looking around?
Oh yeah, Greg's eyes are darting everywhere, but like by looking everywhere, they're not noticing anything.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna like gently turn them and like kind of gently turn and then say, right there, the center.
Okay. Well, what if I'll be right back. Or I guess if nobody's gonna necessarily notice, I'm just gonna make my skin less of like the noticeably weird reddish tinge disguise self. Not dramatically, just like tinge down to look more like a regular goblin because I've changed clothes and stuff.
Like turn down the contrast a little bit.
Yeah, I go a little greener, right? That's stereotypical goblin coloring, but I've got that.
It's a very
reddish
common
brownness.
goblin coloring, yeah.
Yeah. Go a little greener, and maybe my eyes are less luminously yellow and a little more.
Seems like most of the population here is green or gray.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'd lend you my hat if you would think that would help, but I don't know if you could recognize the hat.
I don't know if you were wearing the hat. I don't remember. I'm wearing different clothes at least, but I'm gonna do that, and then I will go and enter. Why not?
Cool.
This seems like a thing. Is Defect doing it too?
Yeah, Defect has entered.
Cool. Is Defect using the disguise hat, or is Defect just being Defect?
You recognize the hat is what really gives it away, and Defect
Great.
is looking like a...
Not Adis.
Yeah,
No,
he's
can't be
essentially
not
like...
Ada.
He's essentially looking like a very like stoic, bland human man who's
Got
about a foot shorter than Defect is himself.
Oh, not Adis.
Yeah.
Yes.
Harsh. But yeah, he looks to be just kind of a human.
Gotcha.
Forgettable human guy.
Wait,
Well,
no,
well,
I missed
Oh, a wink.
the weird thing that stands out in Defect's attire is that the clothes are just like one color, and they don't seem to be like a shirt and pants. It's like a shirt and pants combined.
He's trying
He's
to
wearing
bring
a
that
big-
style
Wearing
back.
a
Yeah.
onesie.
He's wearing
Yeah.
a beige jumpsuit.
It's very much like a jumpsuit or a onesie, but like not quite that either. It's just like a human was poured into a suit or something.
That's
Yeah. You wait. If he wins this, everyone's going to be wearing those next year.
That's right.
It's like the olive green army man.
Yeah.
Right. The clothing
There's-
is painted on.
Yeah, Defect. Yeah, I've got it. Is correct. Defect is wearing a romper. It is very.
Romper,
you
that's
go.
the word.
Romper.
A
Wrong pin.
romper.
So is
With
only Grig competing? Anybody else want to?
I'll compete.
Great. Nereus will also compete.
Great.
Cool. So yeah, there's quite a few people in this one. The first individual, first, of course, the Count introduces himself to the crowd. Good evening, or good afternoon, my friends. It is so good to be here again for the Daylight Festival. All praise to the Dawn Lord. Yes, big claps around. Yes, everybody claps and cheers for the Dawn Lord. And of course, a big thank you to our beloved warlord, Valruga himself, for putting on this festival for all of us. For all of you, the people of Dunkburg. And there's more claps and carousing and woos.
Woohoo!
Very well. Everybody, please give it up for our first contestant as he performs the ever classic Ode to the Shipmast. And this human comes up and stands on the stage and is going to perform Ode to the Shipmast. And
In its entirety.
yeah, he's not very. He starts out and he's kind of.
Stanza epic.
Mhm. Well,
I said it's a 47 stanza epic poem.
yeah, he kind of. He's a frumpy looking individual, so like he begins speaking and he's kind of soft, and so people can't hear him. And they're like, oh, but he kind of picks up on it, and so he picks up as the epic goes on. But then he kind of begins trailing off, and you realize very quickly that he has forgotten how it ends.
Oh,
And
no.
he just kind of like peters off and walks off the stage, and there's like a couple of pity claps.
Oh.
Oh no.
Very well. Well, everybody, that was a good attempt, I suppose. Let us please give the next round of applause to this newcomer, Defen. Am I saying that right? And the human defect stands up on stage. Being that Mike is not here to actually do this,
Right.
I'm
It's
just
a silent poem.
I am going to let him at a later date fill in what his poem was about. But Greg or Amber,
Yeah.
you can go ahead and make some checks for me here
Okay.
on Defect's character sheet.
Right. I forgot to open that.
No worries.
Anticipate battle.
He has a
Uh,
little drum and he just starts.
Yep.
I know, right?
There,
I
juicy
had it
the
bookmarked at one
Maybe-
point.
So, the first check that I need will be a performance check.
Okay. Let me find the sheet.
Oh, do you not have it?
Oh,
No. I think I closed it and then didn't. I think I've lost the bookmark
Hey, baby.
because I did not prepare.
Okay. Well, then someone else can do it.
I don't know. I can look it up and see if I have it because I
I'm
think I've
busy
used it.
scratching a cat.
Yeah, if you look on D&D Beyond, you should be able to see Defect's character sheet.
Because it's under the campaign, right?
Mm-hmm. Hey, baby.
I got it.
Cool.
Yay.
So go ahead and make a performance check for me, please.
Okay, I'm sorry in advance, Steve. Actually, your performance is better than mine.
Really?
Holy shit!
On a natural 20,
Performance?
Defect captivates the crowd right at the start.
Wow.
Go ahead, make an insight check for me.
Oh, okay. Oh no.
Okay. He's still going strong, but he's not really paying attention to the reaction of the crowd so much.
Good lead though.
But go ahead and make a persuasion check to round out this adventure here.
Before I roll, I would just like to point out that he will make all of these rolls straight. No additional modifiers. Everything is a +0.
Okay.
Oh no.
However, his ending, while he gives it gusto and people are paying attention to him, it kind of just stops. And then he steps down. And, like, there's applause, but it's not, like, enthusiastic. It's like,
We should applause louder, right? And I like nudge
Yeah.
Greg like
Yeah, I cheer.
And the count comes out. Well, that was Daffin. Daffin, very well done. Very strong start, everybody. Very strong start. Very captivating. Very captivating throughout the whole performance. I think you just need to work on the final bits a little bit more. But good job. Not bad. A couple more people perform and go up, and you know, the next 3 people to perform do pretty well overall. So not bad. Next up is Greg.
Great. Greg,
So what do you go by, Greg, when you perform?
I'll say Greg.
All right. Now, ladies, another newcomer. We have Greg. 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 Yes, Greg.
that's with 1 R.
Sure. Very well.
Yeah, exactly.
Them Greg. Go for it.
Gah.
So,
Shuffle through the pages,
yeah.
pull out a bookmark.
Go ahead, make a performance check. Okay, with an 8,
An 8.
you begin fumbling through, kind of not sure where to start, and then you find one and you just start kind of reading it deadpan. Go ahead, make an insight check.
I just saw it happen in front of my eyes. The life is now ended, a horrible demise. Insight. 8.
You are oblivious to the crowd. You are focused on reading this poem. And you just keep on going. Go ahead, make a persuasion check as you come to the end.
16.
With a 16, you are able to end on a strike. Like, you get into the cadence of the poem, like, and you stop worrying about the actual reading and get more into the beat by the end. And so by the end, like, people are into it, and there's a clapping, and you finish and hop off, and the Count Igor von Mortis, very well done. Little dry at the beginning, but the ending was really good. This was a very interesting poem. I've never heard such a poem about ducks before, but well done. Very good. The longing of the ducks at the end for the open skies in winter was very moving. Very well done.
It's the death of a duck.
Fantastic.
no.
Excellent. Next up is Nereus.
1 minute, Merlin.
Put the kitty down.
I did. So I tried to pull my hand away, and then he swung his paw out to grab my hand with his claws to pull my hand back to pet him more.
Needy bitch.
That checks out.
Good thing you bought a cat.
Alright. So,
All right.
shut up, Merlin. So Nereus is going to step on the stage,
Mhm.
and just start casting. This makes me nervous. It's been a long time since I barded. Prestidigitations in his hand to cause the small sensory effects, but everything he's doing is going to be subtle spell.
Okay.
So yeah, just to cut out like the vocal components, so that there's no like interrupting in the music, that poem.
Yeah, totally. All right, so you're going around
Yeah,
with
so it's
prestidigitation.
Little storms in his hands, and it says, "My calming storm, you inspire me to write. I love the way you reign and reign, invading my mind, day through the night, always dreaming." Oh wait, fuck, typo.
Well, go
I
ahead.
made a typo. Anyway,
Make a performance check with advantage for
oh jeez.
cunning use of prestidigitation.
My dice are struggling. Oh shit, I forgot to advantage it. Looks like 19 for the first.
Nice.
God, I need a new graphics card.
Are you on a laptop?
No, my graphics card shit the bed the other day. Yeah,
Oh,
so
sad.
19.
19 is very good.
Um,
Yeah, you are very captivating. The audience is thrilled. And like the kids are like exclaiming at the little like mini cyclones that you're creating. Very well done.
yeah,
Go ahead.
and then.
Yep.
Do you want me to continue, or do you want me to just keep rolling checks?
It's up to you. If you're
I
gonna
have
if you're
a
gonna
whole
add
damn-
stuff,
I have
I
a
know.
whole damn sonnet here.
well, go for it. Go for it.
I know. Home too. I have so many.
You are more chilling, more comforting and bright. Right breeze flaps the mortal dancers of May, and in the springtime has the white overnight. How do I love you? Let me count the ways. I love your dense lightning, gale and clouds. I think, thinking of your intense wind fills my day. I love you for my love for you is the powerful clouds. Now I must away with a filling heart. Remember my tense words whilst we're apart.
Ooh, very nice. Go ahead, make an insight check.
Something I'm strong at.
Mm-hmm. Poor computer rolling. It's
I
gotta
know.
think about it.
We're thinking. Looks like a 12.
Is it the
Oh,
actual?
7.
Is it the actual
7.
rolling?
Yeah, the actual rolling is in slow motion too. It's great.
What?
Whoa.
Can you like?
That's
Can you roll and turn off the like visual?
I don't know.
I don't know.
That?
I don't know. It was just an idea. But cool. So with a 7, you're not really. You get very into it, so you're not really gauging the audience reaction very much. But go ahead as you read the final lines. Make a persuasion check. You're still prestidigitating, so you can have advantage on this.
I'm just gonna roll the 2d20 and roll 20, so it's faster.
Great. Love that.
So 11 plus 9 would be
So a dirty 20.
yeah.
Yeah, you finish very, very strongly, and the audience erupts in cacophonous roar as you finish up. And the count immediately stands up and begins clapping wholeheartedly. That was very good. I have never heard such an epic, moving poem from the heart about this storm. Oh, the imagery, the evocation, the cadence, everything was so good. You were dedicated in your and he is just like extolling the virtues that you have put forth. Excellently done. There's 2 more people who are performing tonight. One doesn't do so hot. The other is pretty good overall. Afterwards, Count Igor van Mortis stands up on the little podium. My friends, the good people of Dunkburg, this is a joy every year to get to put forth this competition to swell our hearts and our minds with the images created through art and the words and the songs of our people. It just got weird there. But I do not think it is too difficult to pick a winner for this year. The winner for this year is Mr. Nereus himself. Give it up for Nereus.
Yeah.
Don't cheer too loud.
Who I am told also won the foot race earlier today. 2 wins.
Yay.
The first double winner.
Yeah, you go up to the Count and he shakes your hand. Very well done. Very moving. I was very impressed.
Thank you. I appreciate that. My first crack at poetry.
Really? Well, you should come by sometime. It would be a great joy to help guide such a natural orator in their artistic pursuits, if that is what you are interested in doing.
I have several pursuits right now. I just thought this would be a fun time to try to break the ice at something.
Several pursuers.
Well, if you are ever interested in research epic poems of the past, I have quite a collection, and it would be a true joy to share them with someone who is interested in art. I do not know you. You must be new to town, I suppose. Have you ever been to the Museum of Historical Failures? It is a personal project I have been working on for many years. I would be happy to show you around sometime.
I have. We didn't take too in depth. Me and my friends didn't take too in depth of a look, but there is one book there that's quite fascinating. Maybe we can talk about it down off. Are we off the stage?
Yeah, you're kind of walking away. He's handed you an invitation,
okay.
which has your name on it, but you know that you can give it to someone else. So you have another one in case someone does not do well in something.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh no!
This has already happened.
Oh, it's so sad.
Oh.
There's there's a book there that we find quite fascinating. It's the one of a raving of the mad dwarf.
Oh, keep his voice. Oh yes, it is a very interesting look. I've tried many times to decipher it, but the words, they just don't make sense. The symbols, the sounds, it just doesn't add up to a good dwarven inscription. Who's to say?
Yeah, we actually might. My companions might have some insight into that. I might be able to help you.
Well, after the festival, you should definitely come by, and maybe we can see what can work out. Yes.
Sure. Which property is yours?
He
Or should we just meet you at the museum?
The museum will be fine.
Okay. Look forward to seeing you later, Count.
Of course. My chamberlain, Thora, and a half-elven woman kind of steps up from, like, you don't know where, but apparently she was there the whole time.
I mean, that's on point. My perception is fucking awful.
Thora kind of gives you a little bow. She is my chamberlain. She will help make all arrangements that's needed. Feel free to discuss with her. I am sure that once you have my personal tour of the museum, everything will make so much more sense, and you will see, while some places made a good, valiant effort at things, it just didn't pan out in the end. But
Right.
it'll be fun. I could talk all day about this. Thora, will you see to this man? And he just kind of wanders off. Very well done on the poem. He kind of wanders off. Thora stands there, looks at you. Tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock at the museum, please.
Sure. When's this dinner with the warlords? That's tonight?
Tomorrow evening.
Tomorrow evening.
Yes.
Okay, so we'll meet before the dinner.
Yes.
Sounds good. Meet you there.
Congratulations on your win. And she just kind of officiously turns around and walks off after the count. Wow. Good job, everyone. Very, very good job so far. Indeed. The evening is approaching. It's a little after mid-afternoon now, after the epic poetry slam that just occurred. So, good job. Everybody go ahead and make a perception check.
Yep, that's my rolling. Six.
I was just thinking, what is Bodo up to?
D3.
Very nice.
21.
Cool. So Olive and Spoot, you clock Bodo at this time, kind of looking over in your general direction and talking, and he says something to his guards, and he nods, and then he begins to walk towards you all.
I think we should leave.
You
Scatter.
won't start anything.
Nope, we're leaving. Because I don't know if I will.
Yeah, Defect has disappeared into the crowd for unknown reasons.
Probably be worse to run.
Heartbroken.
Yeah.
Meet back at the inn later?
As you're having this discussion, Bodo has arrived at you. At your little
Oops.
group.
At us.
Stink eye.
I hope you're enjoying the Daylight Festival.
Stink eye.
It's been quite enjoyable. I don't think we've
Your
met.
poem was quite moving, actually.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I must
Ah.
say, it was... I didn't realize you were all here. It's so nice to see old friends again. But you are a new friend. You must be new with this little band of misfits, huh?
One could possibly say that.
Nereus was your name.
Yes, sir.
Bodo Proudbody. Hopefully you can keep the rest of these friends out of line. But either way, I do look forward to conversing with you at dinner tomorrow evening.
Oh, I'm sure we have tons to talk about. I've only heard great things.
I'm sure that's true. And he kind of nods to you, and you see, now that you're like close up, he's wearing very fine clothes, and like his body, while he is a halfling, his body is in like really good shape. Like he obviously exercises and takes like care. He doesn't have a stereotypical like halfling pudge to him. He's quite lean and trim. Perhaps his namesake. But also, what's interesting as you look out over him is he is wearing like this metal band, like a crown almost, like a headband that is made of multiple different colors or different types of metal, and has these bits in the front that seem to like come down, and it looks like they're the sharp pointy tips are like digging into his temple in a way.
Is he already walking away?
Yeah, he's getting up from bowing and has turned around and is
he
about to walk
wearing
away.
the ring? Like
Uh,
any sign of shard items on him, like ring or
Make a perception check.
10.
Doesn't appear to be wearing any rings at the moment.
Bodo, I have to ask, does that crown hurt? Looks a little painful. When I get hit there, it hurts a little bit.
It hurt at first, but you get used to it. It's worth it in the long run.
I suppose that could be true, if it has some fun properties.
It's all fashion.
Fashion is pain.
It really is. So can after dinner distress. So I do hope you plan dinner well and don't overindulge.
Of course. I know my body's limits.
Hope your friends do as well.
I'm sure they do.
Excellent. See you tomorrow evening. And he walks away with his 3 guards.
All of that. That was Grig's face through all of that. Just rage and confusion.
Yeah.
What a pleasant fellow.
Yeah.
No, not at all. What?
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm gonna fight him the first chance I get, rude motherfucker.
They're going to bite him?
No, not some animal. I have perfect teeth. You see these getting punched out? No.
Was not commenting on your dental work.
No, I'm saying like I don't melee fight.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
As you're having this discussion... Oh, go ahead, Spoot.
Nope, go ahead, sorry.
As you're having this discussion, you see that red-scaled dragonborn from earlier, and a few of the other dragonborn group that you've seen approach your little coterie here. It says, well, nice. Hello. It's very nice to meet you. You all seem to be doing quite well in the competitions this evening or today here at the festival. Please allow me to introduce myself. My name is Greethex.
Your name is what?
Greethex.
Okay.
Rita.
Greethex, yes. It is a pleasure. That's not an accent. It is a pleasure to meet you all. I must say, I have been quite impressed with your capabilities this evening. Quite good. Yes, quite good. Mr. Spoot, your downing of the fish pies was most expertly done.
They were delicious. Thank you.
They were, but after about 4, I had to bow out. But it was good going to the end with you. Very well. I meant to congratulate you earlier, but I got distracted about the conversation with. I keep changing his accent. He's old British, damn it.
Oh, yes. Likewise, I should have congratulated you. I mean, for making it as far as you did. That was my first competition. It was very exciting.
And making it to a bucket.
I do say I was not worthy of the win, but you, my dear boy, you were absolutely 100%. I do hope, and the rest of you have also performed extremely well. Mr. Nearest, you have won twice today. That's quite exciting.
I Do like a bit of competition.
Well, it
a
seems
man
that
of many
you
skills.
thrive in it. And Ms. Olive, was it? Your control over animals, and Spoots, your control over animals as well was very impressive. How those dogs and did you just whisper it with the horse? It was most thrilling, I must say.
Animals are my friends.
Rightly said. Rightly so. Very well done. Excellent. You've all just been performing quite well. And I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name. Was it Grog?
Greg.
Grig, right, of course. You were... I keep going into the wrong accent.
You were very good.
By Jove. I must say, you were excellent indeed. Quite well. Well, you got there in the end, and that's what matters. You started out a little rough.
I think it's because the duck died.
Whatever it takes, I suppose. Very good. I do hope I do hope someone in my group does have a chance of. I'm assuming you will be participating in the melee event as well. Some of you, yes.
Perhaps.
Someone's background is full of sirens.
I have an idea.
You have an
Right.
idea?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, melee is not my strong suit.
It is not. It is not quite one that I tend to go for myself. So I empathize with your abilities. I'm much more of an orator myself.
So, what do you do here when it's not
Well-
this festival?
Well, that's a funny story. Actually, we I don't know how much you know about history, but in ages past, before the calamitous storms that we had for 1,000 years, my people had a very strong empire. Unfortunately, it was destroyed and sank into some swamps, and is not really habitable by us anymore. It's not too conducive to our tastes or environment. So we are members of a larger group that chose to broke up and search out a new homeland. A few years back, 2 years ago, we were shipwrecked on one of the shores of Barteria, and the warlord was kind enough to give us leave to stay on and not be punished for our shipwreck. And so we have been searching to see if there might be some place we could settle down. And so we live we live outside of Dunkburg. But God, his accent keeps changing. I'm sorry. I can't.
Where did you say you were from?
All over, really, man. All over.
I mean, really, yeah,
Ah.
living on a ship for 2 years.
Yeah. He's seen a lot of the world.
Well,
this
we
year.
have
Like
been
me.
we have been here for 2 years, so perhaps some of the local dialect is running off on me.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
But
Yeah.
yes, so one might say we're a bit of a castaway situation, but I don't know how familiar you are with Barterian history. You seem to be out-of-towners, if I might be so bold as to suggest. But
Of course
I
not.
What
suppose
are you
not much.
talking
Nope,
about? No, we are
from out of
not.
town.
it's okay. I'm not going to tell anyone.
I think they know.
But
Shut up, Spoot.
I have done some research, and it seems that while the warlord is mostly fair, the wars that brought the warlord to power, you might say, were quite devastating to the population of Barteria. So the entire nation is actually very underpopulated at the moment.
What?
And if a new warlord or a new ruling regime of some sort was to take over, there could be a whole influx of population, and it wouldn't be too bad. Not saying conquering or anything, mind you, but a peaceful transition of power would perhaps give some people who were looking for a place to call home a place to go. And wouldn't that really just be fantastic? Huh? I mean, I must say, speaking for myself and my people, having a new home to build up and go to would be beneficial, is all.
No, hypothetically, having a home would be great, and if some real estate just happened to clear up, that would be pretty beneficial.
Precisely
I have
so.
a home and I don't want to be there. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's
Well,
okay.
it's not for
I
everybody,
can
I suppose.
I can explain things later.
No, I get it. He wants us to, be in favor of, like letting people in.
Sure. Kind of.
Yeah. Well, no. Yes. We're in
You're
public.
close. We'll talk about it later.
I'm not good at not saying things. We should not have this conversation, but I think I know what he's saying.
Insight check.
Go for it.
I was trying to hold off, but I couldn't.
That's what the check is for.
My conspiracy mind doesn't have insight, but I see conspiracies everywhere.
Paranoid check. Wait. 15.
Okay,
Feel like
on a 15, Spoot, what you get is that this is a very chatty individual. He's good-natured. He seems to not have any malicious intent. He is just talking about facts as he knows and understands them. He is sincere in his desire to find a new homeland for his people, and it is true, and as far as he believes, that if the warlord vanished, maybe this could be a place where the Dragonborn could come and help rebuild the population that is lacking. It seems like it's not an apolitical statement, but it is not a malicious or murderous intent behind it.
Gotcha. He's not trying to hire us to assassinate somebody.
No, not at all.
Greg sees murder.
Greg's like, okay, how much you gonna pay?
Yeah, right, okay.
I mean,
Overthrow
yeah.
a regime, got it.
Spoot, you're the only one who gets all that, but yeah.
Yeah.
Shot in the dark. Would I, by some coincidence and offhand knowledge, know anything about the land that he lost?
You can go ahead and make a history check, my dear Spoot.
I'm assuming it's. You said it was another island near here?
No.
Another continent.
Oh.
He said his homeland was destroyed at some point during what you figure to be the breaking.
Right. Gotcha. 23.
Yeah, Spoot, you definitely know what he's talking about, because you know that
Is he from Lycos?
no. Way back in the swamp of Lograil, where you are from, there is a place called the Sinking Ruins of Osmag. And you know that is the capital, or is a sunken Dragonborn city that is buried in the swamp, sinking down, getting ever deeper. It is not it is a dangerous part of the swamp. It is not well populated. It's one of those used to scare kids. Don't go to the ruins of Osmag. The ghosts will get you, kind of place.
It also happens to be one of those places we're supposed to go.
It is one of those places we're supposed to go to collect a crown.
There may or may not already have been collected. Okay. With that, I how do I bring this up? I think, yeah, Spook will just say, like, I believe I might actually be familiar with at least what remains of what your previous home was, as I am from the swamps of Lograil, just below what we call the ruins of Osmag.
Hmm. Um, well, I do say that is exactly where where we descend from. Those sunken ruins. Osmag was once the capital of our nation, a great crown jewel of a vast empire. Unfortunately, the spell storms being what they were, we were decimated, forced out, and thus Dragonborn have become without a united homeland at the moment. But who knows? Perhaps Barteria may serve that purpose one day,
But-
or perhaps there will be another location found by some of my other colleagues.
It sounds like you are hoping for the sort of natural progression of things, as I'm sure the warlord came into this land in a
Well,
Non-
do not misunderstand me. I must say, the warlord is the rightful ruler of this land, and I would never challenge him for it. He has been ruling very well, as far as I can tell, from all things considered, very fairly. If distant, but suppose if once in your battles, if you have to slaughter most of the people you now rule, I suppose you would probably not want to spend too much time around them.
fair point.
Because
That's-
amidst the storms, this land, from what I can tell, was very violent and very much warring factions. The warlord, there's some history about him, don't you know? There's all sorts of rumors of mysticism and raising and all sorts of these like poppycock nonsenses. But he was a great hero in those campaigns and united people under his banner, and thus he became the warlord of Barteria, and he is well deserved to his position.
Yep,
But
I'm sure.
well, yes, by might of right, which we certainly respect as Dragonkin. So we understand all that.
Well, I understand your longing for a home. It must be terrible to have lost that
Yes,
and feel with nothing. I'm glad you have found something here. I know very little of the warlord. What was this mystic poppycock you spoke of? I'm not sure if I understand. what
Mystic
Oh.
poppycock.
Is
Poppycock.
it the rain? It's the rain, right? He makes it rain, so everyone's
No,
sad and doesn't fight him.
No, from what I am told, this is just how Barteria has been for the past, decade or a little more, maybe. It's certainly been quite rainy the 2 years we've been here. This is only our second daylight festival. You get used to it, and I must say, the people are not necessarily sad. They are
Withdrawn?
Yes, during the rains, but I think that's natural, don't you? It gets rainy, you kind of hunker down inside, you don't go out, you don't socialize too much. But when you talk to people, they are quite amiable, I have found. I certainly have never had a problem here, being amongst the only Dragonborn.
They seem all very friendly during the festival. Exceedingly so, perhaps.
Well, it's a bright sunny day after all.
Yes, it's not bad. I was worried they would be less accepting of outsiders, but glad to see that people are friendly.
Between you and me, if I may be so bold, I think that most people enjoy an influx of new blood. It's something new in town. It's something exciting and interesting. And though I may not know your travel officer, or shall we say, I am confident that you followed all the procedures to get in. And so, because how else would you be here if not for that. So,
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
so I am quite sure that you are welcome here. And honestly, I do not quite understand why the warlord put such a restriction on travel when his lands are so vastly underpopulated, and an influx of population could be beneficial. But
Paranoia.
but as someone who, well, I was going to say someone who spent their time unifying warring tribes, not wanting to invite potential disaster in, I could understand that reticence to have a large influx of strange peoples into one's domain. Perhaps over time he will loosen his restrictions and allow more freedom of travel and trade. But he has been kind enough to let us to our own devices and not bother us. So we pay our share of taxations, of course, but nothing.
No,
That's good, but this island seems to be a bit strict with the rules.
Well, he is a military man, after all, so that would be the rule set he rules by, I imagine.
But it just doesn't seem very inviting to, common tourists.
I don't think they have tourists.
well, yes, no, I don't think that's quite how it works here. That would be strange.
Right,
Wouldn't it?
no, I'm saying with all these rules and the lockdowns, it would definitely prevent people from ever... I mean, not many people even know how to get to here.
I do not disagree with what you are saying whatsoever, my dear Nereus. But of course, it is not for me to say. I do not make the rules. I'm sure the warlord has whatever rules for a reason, though they are beyond our ken at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
What? Sorry. What did you say your name was again?
Greethex.
Greetex.
Prefect?
Greethex.
Greetex.
Oh, Grefex.
Grithex. Greethex.
Well, Grefex, yeah, so I lost where I was going with that. Blah, blah, blah. It was a pleasure to meet you and chat. I don't suppose you ever find yourself down in the swamps of Lograil ever, do you?
Oh, I must say, no, we, as a general rule, we steer clear of the area. A lot of superstition, I suppose, and cultural trauma, if you will. And we certainly, in the past 2 years, have been here, so.
I figured as much. Well,
Why are you trying to leave? Are you trying to convince him? You could just go.
It's,
Sorry.
no,
Are we
it's
leaving
actually,
now?
I certainly don't mean to keep you beyond a friendly chat. You are, of course, free to leave. I was just having a conversation with Mr. Spoot here.
Yeah, no, I know. Spoot sometimes doesn't remember what he's saying, and so I'm interrupting.
that's very true.
I'm sure that works out well for all of you.
I'm doing it again now. What were we supposed to be doing? We are trying to decide if any of us are going to participate in the next competition.
Yes, I had asked if any of you were competing in the melee, of course.
I'm uncertain. I think we have to check on another member of ours who may be preparing for that now.
Well, there are a few hours before sunset when the melee will occur, and then, of course, there will be dancing afterwards, and the warlord will arrive and congratulate all the winners, which there are many among you, I must say.
Oh, well, it's been a great pleasure to have been a part of this and to have enjoyed it and to compete with other worthy contenders. So perhaps we'll see you later tonight.
I look forward to it. I must say, congratulations again, all of you, and enjoy what remains of the festival. Toodle pip, cheerio, goodbye. And he kind of waves to you all and walks off with his couple of Dragonborn buddies.
I really have to learn how to close conversations.
Yeah, you watch.
I mean,
He
you
was a
watch
very
him
nice
go.
man.
Yep.
It was nice, and I understand his concerns. I really don't know if I have any strong feelings politically about.
okay, but
Offered
just to be
him one of
clear,
your lukewarm pies.
you haven't
I'm
really
sure that
wanted
would
us
have.
to do something shady, right?
Well, he to me seemed genuinely stating that if one day, perhaps through just the natural order of the rise and fall of countries and regimes, that this would make a great place for the Dragonborn to resettle en masse.
Why would you talk about that to a bunch of weirdos like us without wanting us to do something?
I must
Before we
admit,
overthrow a government, why don't we meet the warlord first?
I must admit it.
Why don't we at least meet him
I mean,
before
yeah,
we try to
I don't see the
overthrow him?
advantage.
Right.
I don't see an advantage. But I'm just saying that was
It was
shady.
it was strange. I can't say that I necessarily gathered any strong hints that he was offering a job or something, but I don't know. Yeah,
Let's
was odd.
meet the warlord before we throw him out of his seat of power. How about that?
I don't really have any desire to be overturning any sort of seats of power, I must say. I mean, I haven't fully made up my mind if this gentleman is entirely good or not, but
I have no idea either. I'm not great at reading people, but I'm just saying, let's not make any decisions now. Let's at least finish today first. We still have one more competition.
we need to find out what happened to. What was he calling himself?
Definitely.
Defen. Yes, we must go find our friend. Stefan.
Right.
Defen.
Yes.
Greg, here you go.
What?
I'll hand Greg the second invitation.
Oh,
Oh.
okay. I guess you don't have to pity me.
I'm not pitying you. Do you want to go
I
into the
read the
manor?
poem. It was fine.
Do you want to go into the manor and kill Bodo?
I mean, yes, but I thought we were
All right,
going
then
to
shut up
dinner.
and take the invitation.
Oh. I thought we were going to dinner. We were doing things with words.
Do you want to
We're
eat?
not gonna go to dinner, but I feel like Bodo's gonna not be able to watch his mouth and push buttons.
Okay. Greg doesn't know what to do with this. This feels like a lot of trust.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Growth.
I don't know. I think we might start by preparing detect poison for tomorrow. Personally,
Detect architect.
That's a good idea, actually.
Great. As you go off to search for defect, with the melee looming on the sunset time in a couple of hours, that's where we will go ahead and end tonight's episode of Newly Forged.
Yay!
Well done, everyone. Well done indeed. You all did very well. 4 wins out of 4 events. That's fantastic. You all rolled really well, especially
I was shocked.
that animal wrangling round. And Spoot coming
If
out.
only we could roll that way in combat.
Spoot having a bit of a rough start with the first couple of pies, but then just charging through.
Incrementally better. Better with practice.
Yeah.
That's what I always say about pie eating.
Well
More
done.
practice.
Yeah. Well, thank you, players, for joining us on our 90th episode. It was our 90th episode tonight, by the way,
What?
everyone.
Ow.
We're so old.
What?
Yeah, we are 90 episodes old in this
Wow.
adventure here. We've come a long way from a little quest to fetch an item from a kobold encampment.
Mhm.
It's true.
Ah, yes.
And I wonder how that old kobold is doing.
You can check in with him.
That's true. I could check in with a lot of people. I've not been doing that.
You're our correspondent.
Indeed. There are many things you could potentially do. Fantastic. Well, thank you everyone for watching. Thank you, I've Got It, for being active in chat, for being the best mod around. Yeah. Thank you, I Wander About. It's always good to see you. Thank you for coming back this week. I'm glad you had fun with accents. And thank you all for bearing with our multiple technical difficulties this evening between my driver updates and
Tanner's video card.
And
My video card alone.
and Matt's muting,
Mutating?
and
The
Yeah,
hubbub outside my window.
and my Discord crash. Like it was a night of like tech anger tonight. So thank you everyone for sticking with it and still playing with us. I believe we will be playing next week. Because I think Matt is the only one who cannot be here next week, which is sad. But at least Spoot got to do his pie eating tonight, so that was good.
That's true. He can go home.
Yes.
Spoot featured
His whole
prominently
quest
this
is
evening.
complete.
I have eaten.
I
have
found the
eaten
pie.
of pie, and I
One
made
pie
it.
to rule them all.
Marlene spoke to me last night. He said this was it.
This was my purpose.
Yeah.
The
I'm just fine.
the Horizon Walker bids you sated, and you may retire.
Right.
Yep.
Now he goes and starts the chain tepid pies.
Yep.
Yeah, that's where it comes from. It's
That is
Spoot.
where it
It
comes
was
from.
Spoot the whole time.
The pie crust on top looks like a little shell.
Oh, that's adorable.
Nice.
Little pattern painted on or in the dough or something. I love it. Well, thank you once again all for bearing with us for having a good time. Players, let's go around and say our goodbyes, and I'll figure out who we're going to raid tonight. It's going to be good times. Let's start with the guy who was not here at the start. Spoot, take it away.
How did I know? Here I go, taking it. Good night, everyone. Thank you. Thank you for watching and coming out. Sorry I was late. The rest of the stuff, though, definitely Jared's fault. Just kidding. But yeah, no, thanks for watching. I'm sorry I won't be here next week. I know we've got a couple of days coming up maybe that we might have to skip, sadly, but can't wait to be back. And yeah, see y'all soon. Peace.
Peace. Going up next to Nereus.
Thanks for watching, guys. We will see you next week, and then be on break for a little bit again.
Yep. Then we have Olive.
Oh, hey, me. Thanks for watching us. If you liked what you see, you should like and subscribe, and there's something else. Follow us on various social medias. You might be here on Twitch or on our YouTube channel, where our past episodes are all available for you to watch now. We are at Nuuli Forged on all the places, Twitch and YouTube and Instagram and Facebook and Twitter, and I think that's all. Nuuli Forged, Nuuli. Like and subscribe and follow us.
Well
Okay,
done.
thanks, bye.
Nice. That was
Someday I'm
impressive.
going to figure them all out.
Yeah, I mean, Mike keeps saying that he's going to make the Nuuli Forged TikTok, but like, I ain't seen any evidence of that yet, so whatever. And Amber, or Greg, I should say.
I'm Greg. I'm also Amber. Thanks for watching. P.S. If you go to the YouTube and enough people subscribe, we actually get the vanity URL.
Oh, yeah.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
So we're easy to find.
We are at
'Cause we love us
27
so much.
subscribers out of 100, so.
Out of 100? Okay. All right. Let's go, folks. It's on now.
So everyone bring your
YOLO!
friends.
YOLO! It costs you nothing. Subscribe. Or Angry Greg will find you.
Oh no.
The end.
Tell your friends, tell your family. They don't, yeah. Just get them all subscribed.
Yeah, It'll be fun. Come along for the ride. And with YouTube, you can watch us whenever you want. Have us in the background. It's all good.
True. Listen to Matt's dulcet tones while you're cleaning.
Yeah.
Listen to Jared's various accents. Practice them with Jared. Go back.
What?
Right.
Listen to Jared fail
your
at them.
favorite moments on YouTube. Yeah, be like, catch the
Like
moment
those.
when we transition from British to Bataria.
Yeah, it's just horrible.
Which is
It's so
oddly
bad.
Transylvanian.
I can only do so many accents, okay? I am not.
No, it's mind blowing. Honestly, but for realsies, it's mind blowing. And so listen to all of Jared's accents while you're cleaning. It's perfect.
Well,
Yeah.
thanks. Oh, thank you.
Your apartment will thank you.
Your apartment.
Your
Thank
And
you.
so will our channel.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Well, thank you again, everybody, for being with us this evening. We're going to do a little raid over to Legends of Evantris. We're going to raid somebody new this evening.
Ooh.
And if you enjoy us, come back again. Thank you very much for being here. Come back again. If you like D&D podcast, you can listen to Matt and I on our podcast, Mid-Level Adventurers. You can find us on all your podcasting platforms of choice. We will be back here next week at 7 p.m. So come back for episode 91 and see what happens in the melee and what follows that. So thank you all very much for being here. We'll see you next time. Give Legends of Evantris some "You've been newly rated" in the chat. So goodbye, everyone. See you next week. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.